Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to whatever day, week, year this is. We are here to play a game that is going to be run by our wonderful SJ sidekick. So, why don't you let us know what we're playing?
That's me, SJ Sidekick. We are playing Henshin. It's a Super Sentai TTRPG. And so basically think Power Rangers. Uh, there's no dice rolling in this system. It's a token exchange system, so it's pretty roleplay heavy, pretty narrative. That's why boons and banes are turned off for this. But NPC me is still available. Uh, yeah, I'm narrating. I don't stream, but this is my first game I've ever run. Usually I'm a player. Everybody else, you guys can introduce your characters. Tough.
All right. Hi, I am 98 Toplove, or Tough, or Torp, or Torpleton, or some other variety of nickname. I am a variety streamer on Twitch, currently on hiatus until June-ish area. Sometimes I run games like this. We'll be coming back with Masks Unfathomable sometime in June, which should be a good time. And I am playing Liv, who is the Red Ranger. She's a bit of a hothead, but she has a heart of gold and is exceptionally loyal to the people that she cares about, which is mostly her little sister.
Right.
But
Which is no one on screen right now.
yeah, basically. Well, no, Liam's a little bit there, but
Okay.
everybody else,
Not
not so much.
Jakey and Kaz? What?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Go, go ahead.
I'm Govin or Govin88, or if you're Juices, my name's Chris. But yeah, I'm playing Liam in this game. Yeah, just country bumpkin, going to school, taking care of his moms, all the fun stuff and normal things. All right, over to you, Chef.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff. In this game, I will be playing Oak Tanner, who is a moron, a kind of meathead, hothead kind of guy, the kind of guy who would rather uh, throw fists and then ask questions, maybe never. But he does it because he thinks he thinks it's the right choice and the right way to get things done. So that yeah. So over to Kelly.
Yeah. Hi, I am Kelly, or My Fair Kelly. I am playing Jesse, who is somebody who, has a different way of dealing with people's emotions, but tries to get at the core of them and, tries to be a good friend. Definitely just tries, definitely doesn't know what they're doing, but, you know, I think that there's some good in them that's really trying to reach out to others. Just doing a bad job at it. We'll see if it gets better. And Michael?
Yeah, I'm Zero or Zero Daylight or Michael. Usually I'm here. But tonight I will be playing Magnus, who no one loves. He does everything for everyone else, and no one tries to take care of his feelings. Liv talks about how she hates him and wants him dead and doesn't trust him, and then he goes out of his way to shore up her confidence because he cares about others' feelings. He's a team player, and no one thinks of poor Magnus.
Magnus, you're good at stuff. Cheers, Drake.
Thanks.
Uh, does anyone want to recap last episode? I don't know if anyone read over the notes I put in.
Uh, I think I remember most of what
Not too
happened.
much happened.
Yeah,
No.
no, nothing important. But basically, we had a brief week off from school because it definitely maybe didn't get destroyed by career. So we took that time to build a base out in the desert, and we have also enrolled Jakey and Cass in our high school. Uh, we kind of learned a little bit more about them along the way. We started off with all of us meeting in the base, kind of hanging out, figuring out what we were gonna do. Flash forward to the next day, we're all at school and in classes. I think Oak had a class with Cass, and they were talking about math stuff. Liv had a class with Jakey, and they went off and were dinking around in the catwalk. And then we got to lunchtime, and Jakey and Cass's uncle showed up.
Slash hot
And
dad. Yeah.
yeah, and everybody was thirsting over him. Uh,
Like everyone in the lunchroom just kind of goes, whoa.
yeah, we're like, oh. Uh, so yeah, he spotted Jakey and Cass, came over, tried to pull them out of school. The team instead took them up into the catwalk and were hiding out there, then went up to the roof to keep an eye out for their uncle to come outside so that they could maybe figure something out. Jesse decided that Jesse needed to go to the bathroom. And Liv and Liam were like, yeah, okay, great. You can go supervised. So they left Oak, Magnus, and Jakey, and Cass up on the roof. Their uncle came outside. Oak decided to try to be intimidating and took a bar to the guy's car. And their uncle didn't appreciate that, oddly enough. I don't know why. Magnus had Aces teleport us all into the desert. We talked with the uncle a little bit. He told us a bit more about the consulates and that they were basically on their way because they figured that Jakey and Cass would be here. We devised a plan to instead head to Danakan airspace and fake Jakey and Cass's death, while also making it look like we weren't just posted up on Earth and instead are hopping throughout the universe to protect different planets from various threats. We gathered up our family members, put them with Aces, told him to be ready to bounce if anything happens. And now we are flying off into Danakan airspace to go fight some pirates. It's gonna be great. Everything's fine. Oh, we brought Jakey and Cass with us. We didn't leave them on Earth.
Yes.
Yes, and if you look in your maps tab, that's the map of Danakan space. Just so you know.
Mm.
It's convenient that all the planets are just always lined up like that.
Not to scale. Obviously, they're not.
They're all an inch apart.
The map. The map has them all.
Clearly, it's like when you see a map of the solar system for Earth, they line them up. Obviously, they're going to be on like other sides of the sun and stuff, different orbits. Oak probably thinks they're lined up. That's fine.
Yeah, you've probably Magnus and probably a couple other people have probably spent at least like a third of the trip trying to get Oak to understand how a solar system map works. And like, no, they're not always lined up next to each other.
I feel like we gave up on that like 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
It's right there. No, it's on the other side of the system.
That's not how this works.
Yeah. So Jiri's reached out to you and let you know they're at an outpost on Poi. That planet is very... He's definitely warned you to be careful because beyond there, they don't call it the asteroid belt, they call it the ring. Beyond the ring is very Wild West. So there's not a whole lot of law enforcement out there, including Poi. So Poi's got a handful of outposts on it.
Who is on Poi?
Jiri and Lelena.
Yeah. And Lavena, I assume, unless they've already killed her.
Yeah,
No,
she got launched into space.
She's still with them.
Oh boy. Can't wait for this reunion.
I mean, we could always just let her free and then she causes a bunch of ruckus and then we take her down.
Again.
I mean, we know we can, right?
You can pitch it to her.
I mean, I don't think we tell her.
Great. Yeah.
We just accidentally drop the key to her cell and then she gets out. Like, oh no, now I have to track her down. Let's blow some crap up.
Yeah. So, Oak, was there something you wanted to do before you guys?
Yeah. So like I want to say this would probably be like not long after the last, like where we ended on the last session. Because I think I remember Liam. So like Liam at the end of the last session pulled Oak aside and kind of had a like talking to with Oak about, you can't pull this crap. Like you gotta trust us. And I think what's going through Oak's mind for, to kind of give like some perspective to the viewers is that like Oak knows that was an awful idea. I think about like as soon as he got out to the parking lot, he realized that it was a bad idea, but he was committed. And what has been going through his mind is what Liv said, I think, in like the heat of the moment at some point afterwards about like, you have to like consult with us. You can't just go off and do this stuff on your own. And now that like there is some time like in the planning up to this mission, I think Oak would basically try and like track down Liv to have a like, he would want to do it as like an apology, like kind of not just like an apology, because that's not like, he would want to try and make things right with Liv, whatever kind of like, however that would end up like actually playing out. But like that would be what Oak would be trying to do. So I guess one thing that I would be interested in is like, in this kind of situation, like where like Oak would probably be like trying to find Liv like on the ship, like a moment like not necessarily alone, but like not in like, oh, a big group meeting kind of context.
Are we all taking our own ships, or are we all
So
just
just like you guys can combine into one super mech, you can combine into one super
Okay.
ship.
cool?
Yeah.
So that's what it's like. So you guys, basically your mech is your room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think that Liv, I mean, there's probably like a general training area,
Oh, yeah.
like just like to mess around in. So you could probably catch Liv there, just kind of going through some motions, practicing her martial skills, or maybe even suited up and practicing with her weapon, just trying to get used to the feel.
FYI, that's my meditation room. So Magnus just keeps showing up and seeing people hanging out in there and kind of just looking down and walking away.
Sorry, Magnus. Leave it a bit.
It's like a big open space. It has lots of mats on it. So yeah, that's for my meditation. It's fine.
And Jakey and
well,
Cass also need a place to stay since they don't have their own mech, so they're probably in there a lot too.
I have guest rooms.
Okay.
Jeez.
Guest rooms, the holding cells.
I mean, sort of.
We just made them look nicer. But yeah, so that's probably where Liv is, and she's probably just like wailing on something and just letting out some frustration about being away from home for so long.
Yeah. So the way that Oak would probably play this is he wouldn't bring it up at first. He would like come in, he's got like his typical like tank top and jeans on, and he's carrying some weights that he brought with him on the mission, and he is taking up a corner on the opposite side of the room from Liv, and he's just getting some reps in, pumping some iron on his own, and he would probably let that go for maybe like 5-10 minutes until he had like gotten to a point where he was like, okay, I need a break, and he would like look across the room and like wait for like a moment where like you weren't like right in the middle of something, and then call across the room, hey, Liv, do you have a moment? Blah, blah. I just mumbled that. You got a minute?
Probably pause and like taking a drink of water or something. Like, yeah. Walk over so we're not shouting across the room at each other. Like, yeah, what's up, Oak?
And he just kind of like leans back and he's like catching his breath. Listen, we had it out earlier, but I wanted to talk to you now that things have kind of calmed down. And like he's kind of looking away and he looks up. I just wanted to say that you're right, and just in that when things are calm, I'm sorry about the way that went down. A lot of the I don't really like, I know if you've noticed, but I don't really have like a group that I run with at school. Like I just kind of always do things on my own, and the idea of thinking that there's somebody else out there that I'm also responsible to, and not just that I know, but that things have consequences. It's not something I'm really used to taking into account when I'm making decisions. And I don't know. I just wanted to say that I'm not going to be perfect. I'm probably going to mess up again, but I'm going to try. I'm gonna try. I'm sorry about trying to go wreck that guy's car and not saying anything. Not trying. I did. I think I busted up his windshield pretty
did.
good.
Yeah, which, look, don't get me wrong, Oak. If you would have told me a couple of weeks ago that something like this would be happening, I wouldn't believe you. And if something like that happened to Tara, yeah, you can bet your ass that I would be out there trying to wreck that dude's car and wreck that dude. But there's a lot more to take into consideration now, and I think it's taking all of us a little bit of time to realize that, because you're not the only one that doesn't exactly run with a group. I've probably beat up half the school, and I'm not exactly known for my kind and cheery demeanor. But what you did, it was reckless, it was stupid, and it could have gotten a lot of people hurt. But you've got the right heart. And I think that we need that. We need someone who can make the moral decisions on this team as much as we need someone that can make the hard decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So, apology accepted, and we're all working on things. So don't beat yourself up too hard about it. It it might have actually launched us into the right course of action. At least now we know that the Gonzalites were on the way. So,
and
it worked out.
Yeah. Who knows what would have happened if we had just let that play out. Anyway, thanks. Yeah.
You want to spar?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oak is a boxer. Not like
martial arts.
Yeah. So probably it would be more of just kind of like a mixed martial arts kind of like fight or anything, and it probably goes really awkwardly in terms of like it's not a good mismatch, but yeah.
It's a little bit awkward, but we're getting used to each other.
Cass, of course, sneaks in. You don't hear her, but she's of course there sipping her drink as she usually does, quietly, just watching.
Do we? So like, how big is this room? Is it like? Oh.
Magnus is shit.
It's half a basketball court.
Okay, yeah. So we would definitely notice that Cass was there.
Yeah.
At some point, yeah.
So, let's say that like after like Liv gets in a really good throw on Oak, and just like he just ends up like slammed on his back. He probably like dusts himself off like, whew, you are really good at fighting. And you would look over and see Cass. Do you want to tag in?
Yeah, come on, Cass. Let's see what you got.
Oh
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked, but that's fine.
Or you accidentally kill her.
Sure. Yeah, like put her drink down. Obviously doesn't say anything, but walks up, gets in a stance. Is she taking both of you on at once?
We could do that. Like maybe there's like a really good moment where
I'll probably point to both of you.
Yeah,
and then her.
Like Oka was starting to back away to like give them some room, and then Cass like points and was like, "No, both of you."
Okay.
She just does one of these. Takes a stance.
All right, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, she is very professionally trained in fighting.
Okay.
You guys definitely have your experience, but this is, I mean, she's been doing this since she was a little kid, so
Okay.
she's very good at using her opponent's weight against her, since she's definitely smaller than Oak, probably a little smaller than Liv as well.
Maybe. Liv's like 5'3". She's not very big.
She's just like a couple years younger than you.
Yeah.
So maybe just, yeah.
We're probably pretty close in height, at least.
But yeah, and she also really likes doing the pressure point thing. That's like her thing. So. She's super into that. So you guys probably get a nice little window into what she can do. She's very fast, very calculated in her movements, and very good at making you guys run into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at my light turns, and I don't think there's anything that I could really do here that would get me, that would be useful in this context. So yeah, he was probably just, the oak is just, you know, he's his typical reckless fighting technique is what he's doing here, and he's not really paying attention to what like Liv is doing. He's not really like being like a real like tag team fighter here. It's more just like waiting for an opportunity and just like going in recklessly.
Yeah, I think Liv might like turn to let her temper cloud her judgment. She's getting irritated at all the pressure points and the fact that the Oak's not working well with her. It's like, I could do better if I was just on my own, and just getting really irritated about the way that this fight is going.
Yeah, it just goes to show you guys should maybe train more as a team, but
Yeah, no, it's fine. That just means the oak needs to get out of my way so that I can do this alone. Obviously, that's
cool. So I don't know if you guys want to actually roleplay out all the combat or just be like, this is what happened.
yeah.
Kind of hard to do
I'd
the
probably
combat
get my
since
ass
it's-
kicked, but
Yeah, we can just say that like we don't do very well, and maybe like, you know,
Probably
like
better
that's
than
just-
she expected.
yeah. She's doing the whole like Neo at the end of the Matrix thing where she's not even looking at us and she's just like blocking all of our attacks like willy-nilly and just like casually and not even breathing hard.
yeah. And I think that throughout it, Liv's just getting more and more angry until finally, like, one final hit, she's down and just like, okay, I feel better. Just get up, brush off, and be like, all right, I'm hungry. I want some lunch.
Yep, goes back, gets her drink.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before you guys? Where are you guys headed? Are you guys gonna dock? Are you guys gonna go to Poi, like Jerry said?
Yeah.
And if you dock, are you docking? You can do at one of the main ports or one of the like the smaller ones. That's just like, kind of a little more off the grid, but you can do some maintenance, resupply, all that stuff there.
I mean, isn't the point that we're being conspicuous? Like we should arrive and be suited up
Right.
and be like,
Yeah.
Spectrum Squad has arrived to protect you, or some other
And also, we need
nonsense.
food.
Also, yes.
Yeah, probably go big or go home, I guess.
Or
So
go big, then go home.
yeah.
For those of you who
Preferably.
have a home.
Oh no.
You have a secret
Poor
base?
Magnus.
I know. I have a secret base that Liv just took credit of. We built a secret base. It's like, no, honey, we didn't build a secret base.
Okay, sorry.
I built a
Magnus
secret
built a
base
secret
for everyone
base.
else. It's fine.
It would have had some help. Jakey and Cass would have helped you.
Yes.
So you guys arrive. You land. Do you exit your ship?
Does Magnus think it's a dinky planet?
Yes.
Okay.
What does it look like here? Like if we're looking out like the porthole or whatever, if we're looking out the window, like what does it look like before we go out?
It's pretty bare. It's not super developed. So these are pretty small outposts around. It's not very. So basically, when you came into landing, you would see like little areas of civilization, but then everything else there's nothing.
Okay.
And it's
So
fairly deserty because they're still working on getting all the like, botany and all that other stuff up.
Okay. And I guess I have a question for, I guess the team is like, are we coming in to just be like doing a publicity tour, like, showing up at like the mall parking lot, or are we actually like looking for like trouble that we can intervene in? Like, I assume that we probably would have talked about that like on the way out, but I'm just curious about like what's our plan here?
Yep. Jury is
One
gonna.
of the reasons you're meeting Deary.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
it's a little bit of both of like show up, make our presence known, and then actually fight something to show that like, yeah, we're just going around fighting problems,
And
defending one
Yes.
particular planet.
which will simultaneously prove that we are not bound to Earth, but also give us the opportunity to fake the destruction of the Consulate pod.
Got it.
Yes. Are you keeping Jakey and Cass on the ship?
Do we think that the Consulates know that Jakey and Cass are with us?
Consulates are generally recognizable by sight, right? So like they might not know, like people might not recognize like, oh, that's Jakey and Cass, like son and daughter of who such and such or something. But like it might be weird if it was like, oh yeah, Spectrum Squad shows up. Also, these two consulates, and then like, oh, those two special consulates died in a, like shuttle crash like a week later.
Yeah, my instinct is that if there is evidence that they were here before their death, I mean, the worst thing that could happen is that someone could notify the consulates that they found Jakey and Cass, which is not that bad. Because then they won't be going to Earth.
I think the only concern is if they show up with us and then get like destroyed like a week later. I feel like that just looks suspicious on our part.
Yeah.
Also, from Geary that the Nockins don't know about the consulates.
Yeah, but there could probably still be the spies.
Yeah, there for sure are, or we assume.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the end of the world for them to be spotted by some consulate spies. And if they're with us, I mean, we can make a big deal when they're destroyed about, we will hunt down the miscreants who've done this into the end of the galaxy or something. I mean, it's fine. We can just spin a tale about how we are helping people.
Yeah,
we came across these runaways and took them under our wing to protect them.
Like as we were leaving Earth space, we ran into them.
Well, we're not mentioning Earth though.
Well,
it might be if Geary has another ship that he could loan us, like, or whatever ship we're gonna use for the for the ruse. If Jakey and Cass are really obviously seen in a different spot, like maybe at the same time that we're showing up and making waves on one planet, they're on a different one, high rolling at a casino or something.
Yeah,
they have their own ship.
Yep, they have
it. So Cass and Jakey have their smaller ship.
It's in my.
Oh, I thought they just came along in ours.
It's in my landing bay.
Well, they did, but.
Yeah, but we brought their ship so we could blow it up and pretend they were dead.
Okay. I forgot that.
Yeah.
But yes, they should probably land separately from us.
Yeah, so we can send them out in their ship and we'll follow them onto the planet.
Yes,
more or less.
And it's fine if we meet.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, you guys look weirdly human.
So, you guys land. You exit your ship. And you immediately see these two little Danakan kids. They're in the NPC tab. You guys have probably already seen them.
No.
Yeah. And they'll walk up and be like, "Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our port. Parking is 200 credits. How long are you planning on staying here?"
Until we find miscreants to conquer.
Okay, well, if you're parking for 3 hours, it's 200 credits. If you want the whole day, 500 credits.
Are there that many miscreants that we could find in 3 hours?
The other twin goes up and he's on Magnus's windshield, of the ship, spray bottle and cleaning it. Definitely expecting a tip when he comes down. He's just holding out his hand, waiting.
I will give you 1 kilogram of stellar gold to stop touching my ship. You're very likely to activate a self-defense mechanism and find yourself atomized. But to watch. Make sure no one messes with our stuff. And put the word around that the Spectrum Squad is here. And if anyone has any problems, pirates, dangerous beasts. If there is an injustice to right, we are here to right it.
Oh, you should probably take a look at the wanted board.
Ah, thank you.
Wait, where is it?
There's a few. If you go to the main bar around here, there's just an entire board outside. There's a lot of bounty hunter work out here.
Perfect.
Lack of law enforcement. Cool, thanks. See you guys. They run off. You guys go to exit, and a bigger Danakan guy stops you and is like, "Hey, how long are you guys staying?"
I knew it.
We are staying until we find sufficient injustices to right.
Great. Well, here's our prices for parking. For if you want some maintenance to check up on your ship, it gives you kind of a that has all the stuff.
Yes. I will give you
Cool.
1 kilogram of stellar gold if you don't touch our ships, because you will be liquefied by deterrent mechanisms, and then let everyone know that the Spectrum Squad is here to right injustices.
Okay, sure.
Cool. I only have like a ton of it.
Yeah,
So-
it's fine. Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah.
You guys probably contact Jerry. He'll probably tell you to meet at the bar.
All right, cool. Tug on Jesse's friggin' child leash. Like, come on, let's go to the bar.
I recommend that you avoid imbibing alien aperitifs.
Yeah, I have zero intention to. Liam, you're on Oak duty. I'll be on Jesse duty.
Meanwhile, Oak and Jesse are probably like, what?
Right? They're like, bar! They've just taken off running.
Yeah, no. Bad Jesse.
As we
Cool.
enter the bar, if there is anybody who is like, turned away from their drink and it's like mostly empty, like, there's only about like a third or a quarter of it left, Oak is just gonna, like, as he's walking by the table, just kind of grab it and start
I will
drinking.
smack your hand, and you will not do that.
Good, because you don't know how sick this stuff could make you.
Yeah.
You don't even know if it's compatible with the human physiology.
Yeah,
Oak
no.
doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly. Which
Yeah.
is why Liam's on Oak
Oak
duty.
spends the rest of the episode in the bar bathroom.
Yes.
Your entire face melts off as you pour the beer in your face.
I'm going to channel Kelly and say that brings a whole new meaning to Oak duty. Two
All right,
two can play this game, Kelly.
The difference is that Kelly likes it.
Oh, that's true. I haven't thought through my... Yeah. My strategy has an apparent flaw.
You
Yeah,
guys
like-
approach the bar, right? You head in. You see Jerry. He waves you down. He's with Lelena.
We'll go and sit at the bar. Oh. Good to see you guys again.
Oak
You
follows. He grabbed a napkin and he was wiping himself off from his encounter with Liam.
Liv sits on one end of the booth, then it's Jesse, Oak, and then Liam. So we just crowd him in.
Elena takes one look at Jesse and is just like, so you brought Pink with you.
We didn't have a choice.
And she takes out her skin and looks at, she's like, did you change your suit to look more like my skin tone? It's like, maybe it's just the lighting, it just looks darker.
Yeah, sorry, I did a little bit of upgrades, and I think it changed some of the tints a little bit. Sorry about that.
Yes, Liam used his rays to improve your suits, mainly with hard light stuff, since he learned it from Magnus helping with aces.
Ah, yes. Cool.
So your suits are slightly improved, and
Excellent.
his weapon is improved.
Lovely.
What color is like the star in the sky? Like the sun, whatever it would be.
It's still yellow, maybe, darker than, probably a little darker than your sun, but it's relatively the same.
So it's not like we're Superman.
It's not like a red sun.
Black.
No.
Just getting superpowers from this different colored sun.
So Jerry, he says hello. What's up? So what are you guys thinking? There's some There's some odd jobs outside for wanted criminals. Some major criminals. I could give you a rundown on who and what if you want.
Yes.
List of what I know. Okay, sure. He grabs his drink, heads outside. You guys all look at the board. If you look at the NPC tab, you'll see Zolo is on there. And he'll explain, Zolo, he leads a major piracy gang out past the ring, so you can pretty much tell anybody in their group because they wear some gold. They like gold things.
Well, hey, we got the guy for them.
Yeah, so
Is there anything like? Is there any trouble brewing in this bar?
I mean, your average pickpockets, extortion racket, nothing crazy.
Okay.
No.
Nothing that would warrant, I don't think, the Spectrum
I
Squad.
think you're more the
Yeah.
trouble than anything. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep you right here.
Solo might be hard to get to unless you're able to catch him out in space. He's pretty much, I don't want to say untouchable, but he's the top, so might be able to get some of his minions maybe. And you'll see like a big robot looking guy. So with the gold plating, he looks very similar to Aces if Aces was super buff. So
is this are
call
these
him
like
Decker.
wanted posters?
yes, these are wanted posters.
Okay.
So you'll see Decker, and Decker is known to be basically the one that runs Osno. If you look at the map, like within the asteroid belt, there's a little place called Osno. It's essentially think like a Mega from Mass Effect. It's a huge space station built into a large asteroid. So it's kind of its own outlaw community in there, and he's the guy running it. But he definitely works for Solo.
Are either or both of these beings, hated by the common folk in the system?
Within the ring, yes. Outside the ring, debatable.
Yes.
They do provide a sort of economy. Osno, you don't want to upset the balance. The people on Osno fear Decker, but he does provide the structure. So if you unseated that, it would probably just be worse. Honestly, the power vacuum would just make things worse. There's at least some order. Solo, most people don't like him out here because, I mean, he steals their stuff, does a lot of extortion. That said, probably half the outlaws here work for him. So,
Does he fight with 3 swords?
no, he does not.
He would be talented. He only has 2 arms. Well, either or both would seem to be good targets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the trick is going to be drawing them out. And you'll kind of hear some rustling in the bushes, like something falls over. And you see like 2 flashes of light purple kind of run away.
Oh, Jesus.
Oak is going to run after them.
Yeah, I was say. I assume murdering larcenous children is not the kind of reputation we're trying to build. But Oak is an athlete, and Oak takes off. So I suppose we should probably follow.
Yeah, Liv is taking off after him.
And Oak can catch them because your legs are a lot longer. They're fast and quick, and they know the terrain. So one of them probably gets pretty far and is up and is helping boost the other one up. And as they go to pull him up, you probably are able to grab one.
Yeah. I was thinking, is the gravity here like lighter or heavier than Earth?
Let's say slightly. Which one do you want?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I wanted to do a light turn, frighten another with an impressive feat, and I was thinking maybe the gravity on this planet or this asteroid, I forget exactly which one. It's a planet, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Is like a little bit is like less than Earth's, so it's like, you know, it's not like we're all like bouncing around like we're on the moon, but for somebody who's really athletic like Oak, it's giving him like performance enhancing like drug basically, that he's got like, oh yeah, this is like an extra 10% lighter than I'm used to, and so he's like bounding along and running faster than he would like normally otherwise to be. So like for somebody who is like just acclimated to this planet, it would be like really impressive. So he was like, you know, he sees them, they're running out of the bushes, and he just like goes off at a dead sprint, and he's like jumping over like alien dumpsters and stuff, and like just kind of beelines, parkours over to them, and runs up on them.
Yeah, since you reacted so fast and immediately took off after them, you'll catch one of them, and it'll be like, whoa, 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 hey man, I wasn't doing nothing.
You were following us.
I'm a kid.
You already
help! This strange man. Help! He's trying to kidnap me.
Oh God.
Oak immediately.
They're like in an
backs off.
alleyway, so nobody's really around, but he's still, screaming.
Yeah. So is there people around, or well, actually no,
because they went to run away and get away, so they took like a route to like try to lose you. So
yeah,
they kind
Oak is gonna back away as soon as he starts like shouting about like sounding the stranger danger alarm, and he's like,
as soon as you do that,
away.
he's gonna go to try to scamper back up.
Oak lets him.
Okay, he scampers back up. His little brother helps him up. Probably as the squad's coming up behind you guys. You guys do anything?
I will take a light turn to perform brilliantly to an unnecessary magnitude. Parkour, one wall to the other. Unnecessary double backflip to land in front of the escaping twins. Sword out, down, hand out. Not so quick.
Yeah. And they'll fall backwards like.
Start sliding down the roof, and I'll catch one by the foot. Come along, children.
Help! Another strange man!
Just the visor pops up. Are you sure that's your play?
Whoa, what the heck are you supposed to be?
Exactly. Let's just have a nice conversation. I might even give you more gold.
Oh. Okay.
Come along. Lower them down into the alley. Hop down.
Well, yeah, we can help you. We're pretty resourceful,
Talk to her. She's good with children.
We're not that young. They're definitely young, but
you guys are kids. What are you doing following us?
it's public space.
Mm-hmm.
You don't own this.
It is
you
not.
don't get anything if you don't tell us anything.
Yes.
We just, we were playing hide and seek and overheard what you guys were talking about. Maybe we could help.
How could you help?
Well, we heard you were looking for Zolo.
Yeah.
So you're trying to bait him out? How much gold is in it for us? Exactly.
I don't know. 2 more kilograms.
For that, I guess we could give you a little bit of information. Zolo really likes gold stuff, like that ship of yours, that part of your ship. He'd be super interested in having that.
We could pretend to sell him the ship.
If only someone knew how to contact him. And they'll kind of like open their jacket and it has a little like gold pin inside. Just like very casually, like, oh man.
Yes, and I'm sure he will pay you well for contacting him. So you're motivated to do so. And we've already, so you'll be paid twice for doing the same thing, which is fine.
That's assuming you didn't just steal that pen.
What? No. Look, we go around these places, and if there's anything interesting that they might want to know about, sometimes we pass that along. You know, kids gotta eat.
Well, help us out, help him out, and you're eating good for a little while. So maybe do the thing.
So
All right.
we're like, thank you very much. Sure. What do you want us to give that's him the information that you're gonna be? We could say we overheard you guys heading somewhere.
Let's say, we could be searching for something in the belt. Not
Okay.
not direct, not like in the immediate vicinity of Osno, but we are seeking something even more valuable than my golden ship.
Oh, interesting. Is it also golden?
Sure.
That wasn't a very convincing sure. Sounds like you're just saying that.
Sounds like you need to sell it more than we do.
Also, gold is incredibly easy to find. And if you run out, you just make a star go supernova. It's easy.
He's weird.
Who are you guys exactly?
We are the
Is there a
Spectrum
little-
Squad. Righters of wrong. Champions of justice.
Exploders of stars.
Yeah,
No.
sometimes.
And what are you guys exactly? Because that's definitely not Danakin.
No, we are a team of heroes who travel the galaxy. We are ruthless. We just go from spot to spot looking for wrongs to right and justice to mete out.
We're just trying to be good guys.
Not
We're
shaking down
overlooking
little kids.
you fleecing us earlier.
Yeah, you've made 3 kilograms of stellar gold. I think you're fine.
Look, like I said, we're resourceful. Okay, so we can pass on that information. That's easy.
Yep.
Can we go now?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. And they'll scamper off.
I mean, it's fine.
And just then, like Jerry runs up. He's like, Elena's with him. She's not breaking a sweat really, but they're like, what are you running after little ruffians around here for?
They apparently have, are in communication with our target, Zolo.
Can't trust anything the little kids say.
Of course not. They're almost certain to, if they are indeed in communication with him, they're almost certain to tell him that we are coming for him. Either way, it will draw him out.
Or have already.
It's entirely possible. But the logic that he would be attracted to my ship makes sense. So worst case
And
scenario,
the
we
fact
just
that we keep offering them gold, so there's also that.
and told them that gold is incredibly abundant and we have lots of it and don't really care about it. So I think that means that
Check
we
your ship.
Yeah.
sure, if there are 2 little grease stains on the loading ramp, then we'll know that they tried to get in.
Did they run off in the direction of our ship?
They
Like,
just run off
generally?
into like the alleyways. So
Okay.
All right, well, let's go enact this plan, I guess. The sooner the better. I would like to get home.
This is also a terrible planet. No offense.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
Like
barely developed. They're working on it. It's mostly Veek.
there's no weather control network. I'm not picking up any global data network. Ugh. I mean, it's not as bad as Earth, but
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
never been.
it's a backward small planet.
Alright, before we keep smack
It's
talking Earth, could
it's
we just
less
go?
it's less advanced than this, but there are billions more people, so you can imagine it's entirely filthy.
Yikes.
I know, right?
It smells.
Yes, we had to go there because there was a plot that we had to foil.
Yeah, I remember career.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Lelena.
Yeah, the plot we soiled had to have a lot of vegetables. We were just doing our best to feed the people there. That's the story, right, guys? Right?
You know I was there, and
Yeah,
Lena was obviously there too.
They were there. We helped her get her sister.
Yeah.
You flirted with her, and she almost beat the crap out of you, and almost murdered Theo.
Look, this plan is confusing me. I'm doing my best.
And Lelena
don't
speaks up, and she's
talk.
like, "What a joke! Think I'd ever go for pink? God. If anyone, I'd go for gold.
Ew.
Purely physical, obviously.
Ew.
He's not boyfriend material. Maybe black if he were older. We had a little moment that first fight before Gold got jealous and jumped in.
Okay,
And Jerry
anyways.
is just like,
moving on.
Oak has a little bit of a strut to his step for a second.
Well,
Lip
she was
punches
clearly,
Oak
she
in
was
the
being
arm
a
and
little,
is
she
like,
was being a
stop
little
it.
facetious. But
I will graciously bow out and make room for your impending romance.
it was
Let's just get back to the
a
ship.
joke,
and-
Gold.
Yes, well, aren't jokes supposed to be funny? Or at least clever? Anyway, how's your sister?
None of your business.
Well, very glad we could help you out with that. If you have any more family drama that you need an entire team of superheroes to deal with, you will let us know, right?
No.
Okay,
Good.
thanks.
You have everything you need from us, Jerry. I think we should, we have more important matters to attend to than helping out this sorry little group of teenagers.
The sorry little group of teenagers that whooped your butt and your sister's butt and your boss's butt.
Yeah, with the help of super advanced alien technology that you barely understand.
As if you guys aren't also
I'll
using
have you know,
super advanced technology.
I understand my alien technology very well.
Out of gold.
At least
I'd have had
we
you
agree
if the
on
rest of
that.
this little squad hadn't jumped in.
Sure.
Yeah, I doubt that. Anyways,
And Jerry's just gonna be like, guys, good to go? Need anything else from us?
You'll
We
be
have
around
our
for a while, right?
information.
You'll be around for a while,
Yeah, of
right?
course. You have my contact information. We actually live here, so.
Sorry. Yeah. I guess the only other thing is, should we be expecting a fleet of relatively modern destroyers, or a number of kind of pirate raider vessels, or somewhere in between?
I would say somewhere if these kids actually tip off and say the kind of payload that your ship, I would expect some heavy resistance.
Huh, well,
If it's Solo's ship, that thing's a warship. So aside from that,
oh, out of game, the gunships that we destroyed previously, were they of
Yep.
Of Danakan or Consulite design?
Una.
Oh, Unat. Okay. So they might be, they might have some Unat design, or might have some Unat technology, given that Decker is around.
So you know that they don't mess with Earth very much. There was something that happened with another alien race interfering with Earth's affairs to where they made the Sol system off limits, or it's supposed to be. But the Danakans and the Una and Aceros. So Una and Aceros space, and there's Danakan space, and they've definitely, honestly, the Unats are what kind of caused the rift between the Valet and the Veek.
Oh,
the V kind of adopted that we're going to force our evolution mindset of superiority, and the Valet did not.
Got it.
So
Okay.
there's a whole sort of politics there, but they interact with each other.
Okay.
So you might see some Una and some
Okay.
Aceros here.
Interesting. Well, we can always destroy them and pick up spare parts for aces. If it comes to it.
You'll never run out of arms again, Aces. We
Yes.
forgot twice, and now we'll never forget again.
Yes, well, I suppose we should go and make ourselves look unsuspecting near their asteroid
Hey.
belt.
All right, let's go. Come on, Jesse.
On your way out, you probably see this one Aceros. He's also in the NPC tab labeled Knight. Got a little gold on him, but he's carrying a piece of paper on his hand after exiting the bar. Clearly one that was ripped from the wanted poster as he goes off to the docks as well, off to his own ship. Kind of looks at you guys, sizes you up, and then goes on his way.
Someone go see which one he picked up.
Oak goes to see.
You're the fastest.
Yeah. Which one? So like walking over, trying to look casual. Which one do I see him like? Which one is missing now?
So he had already ripped this off before you guys got there.
yeah,
But he had been at the bar and then he came out.
Oh, I see. So it wasn't like, I thought it was like we had been looking at it earlier and then like he took it off and then intervening. Okay, never mind. Are there any other? Is this the only bounty board around?
It is
This
in
probably
this outpost.
Okay. Okay, so I'm running back to the others. Yeah, no dice. I think he must have grabbed that
I
before
meant, like,
we even got here.
Go see the one that was in his hand. Go,
I
go,
thought
like,
you
ask
meant
him.
like. Oh, okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Then
Oh,
rewind.
I mean, no, it's fine. I mean, let's go see which one it is, just in case.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were trying to be more smart than. Yeah. Okay. So Oko's running after the person.
I mean, I'm being more smart by not doing it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna go to deal with it.
Because like just go track. What I meant was like just go track him down and like look at what's in his hand is like an oak move.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You try, but like it's crumbled up in his hand. Like
Okay.
you can't really see what's on the paper. You just see that he's got a paper and it looks like it was ripped off the board.
Oh, I have an idea, but I don't think it would be.
Are you like straight up running up to this guy?
No. I would say that I would be like running until I got to like where, because like so like if say like maybe like a block or two away, I saw him like turning around a corner. I would try and like get it like run like maybe like down a parallel way, cut across in an alley so that I could be like about level with him and then but not like running up to him, but just kind of like brisk walking and trying to like naturally overtake him. So not like I'm going to hit, like I'm on a mission and I'm going that way. That's kind of what I would be trying to play.
A mall walk.
Yeah.
You guys go through a few twists, turns, whatever. You kind of notice like, man, this guy's taking a really weird route. And then you get somewhere and you don't see him, but then you hear a voice from above you. Why are you following me?
I'm gonna ignore him and keep walking forward. Is this like a dead end or is
Dead
it?
end. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When Oak walks into a wall.
I'm gonna turn around and walk out. I'm gonna try and look around and be like, oh, this isn't where I meant to go, and turn around and try to walk away.
He's gonna drop down and cut you off so that you're between the dead end and the entrance.
Okay. Oh.
And he's standing there, but he's clearly showing you like he's got some weapons. So,
Okay.
what do you do?
Got nothing against you. I'm just curious about which bounty you were going after.
Doesn't matter because I'm gonna get it. I would suggest finding a different one.
Well, I mean, in my experience, you don't, it's best if we stay out of each other's way. And if I knew which one you were going after, I could make sure that, I'm not in that neck of space.
Which one are you going after?
Big guy, purple skin, Zorro, I think his name was. I don't know. He looked like he had a lot of money.
That I definitely wouldn't suggest. Are you with the guild?
I don't need the guild's help. Now, if you'll excuse me, and he tries to push past the guy.
Let you go. He's like, nice knowing you.
Okay, and Oak goes back to the rest.
And you notice he has like some gold plating here and there.
Okay.
So.
During that, sorry, continue.
Sorry.
No, you continue. I'm sorry.
And you pushed past him, like you physically like moved past him.
Yeah. Well, no. Now that you mentioned that he had the gold on him, so I would say that probably I didn't notice the gold at first because like I had been like because it looks like on the NPC tab he's got kind of on like a duster on him. So what I was thinking was maybe as soon as he dropped down,
this
and
is night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
that's like a kind of a cape.
The cape dealy, yeah. So maybe like as soon as he like when he dropped down in front of Oak, that's when Oak saw that like, oh, he's got the gold on him. So when Oak tries to push past him, he is going to.
He's a full-on robot, by the way. So if you like try to nudge him, you're probably just run into resistance and bounce off him.
He probably wouldn't realize that. Oak is going to kind of try and go past him, and then he is going to walk. He's going to pause, like as he's kind of halfway past the guy, and he's going to nod to himself, and then he is going to keep walking, and he is going to try and get like a block away, and then like find another alley to duck into, and he's going to get on the comm. Yo, Liv.
What did you find out who he was after, or?
No, but he's a gold guy.
Yes, it was very apparent.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why I asked you to go see what he was up to.
Yeah, that's why we wanted you to go after him, because he's
I didn't notice, and I thought I might have told him that we're going after Zolo.
Good.
Yeah, that's fine.
We don't have to rely on the twins, the children.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was sure that I just completely blew the plan. Okay, then I'm coming back.
Well, I'm in.
Yeah, that's fine. Everything's going according to plan.
Target.
Yeah,
this guy knows you're actively pursuing Zolo.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Either way. If the word gets around and he shows up better prepared, that just means a bigger battle. More show. More opportunity for our friends to accidentally be destroyed. Speaking of which.
We should check in on that.
Yeah, they're probably at the bar right now, like, man, I wonder where.
Yeah.
We should
I
go
mean,
and
we
get them.
probably,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go grab them. Headed to the bar.
Yes. Probably very loudly. Cheeky, Cass.
Oh,
Yes, we
Spectrum
need.
Squad.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are meant to be keeping a low profile in case the you know who are looking for you here. You should come with us.
You see a lot of heads turn.
Yeah. I mean, the plan is to go and be super obtrusive.
Right, but a lot of these people are bounty hunters.
Yeah.
And you just said people are looking for them, so they're
Yeah,
like,
and they're going to
"Oh."
go and ask around and say, we saw two people who looked like this. There's probably someone taking a picture. And they're going to post it somewhere and say, does anyone know who this is? And someone who might want them. And a spy is going to see it. This is what's occurring in Magnus's head.
Yes, he's actually like not subtly being like, "This is the plan," and like really unsure of the situation, but like not being that subtle. He's just like uncomfortable with this many people
Yeah, and
all staring.
we bundle them out, and then
Yeah.
make rapid progress toward our ships, just in case.
Did you guys get
Wouldn't do to
ripped
be
off
caught.
by a couple of little Danakans?
Yeah.
Oh well,
That's two.
oh well, that's unfortunate.
It happens.
I
Probably
mean,
should have figured.
it was 3 kilograms of stellar gold, so it wasn't that much.
And whatever Jakey and Cass gave them.
Yeah. Whatever. Those kids are set for a couple of weeks.
All right. So you guys are headed back to the docks?
Yeah.
Docking base?
I mean, there isn't a
So-
mall here or anything. We can't do a shopping episode, so
I mean, there's nothing that's probably of interest to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if there is, it's usually the black markets, which you guys probably wouldn't be invited to.
No.
Guess we come in. We're do-gooders and writers of
Yeah,
wrongs.
exactly. So
Well, does Oak get to be invited? He is black. Do our suit colors help with that?
you guys head back into your ship.
Yes.
Where are you going?
To
What do you do?
we are going to go to the asteroid belt.
I'm
And-
sweeping the ship to make sure we don't have any frickin' stowaways.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
You're looking for stowaways?
Yeah.
Just stowaways?
I just checked to see if there are any grease stains or scorch marks from where my anti-intrusion system has killed a couple of tween knock-ins.
I think Liv is just searching for anything that might be out of place, just in case.
You do find we'll say you find a little tracking chip that's stuck onto your ship.
Cool.
Good.
Keep it on there, yeah, if you want.
All right.
Probably not on it, but in such a location that we can remove or
Should we
disable it easily.
Attach it to Jakey and Cass's ship?
Ooh, even better.
Cool.
During, like, before we take off and you were looking for the grease stains in the windows, I think Jesse would have been like looking at the like sky with Magnus and being like, "So this is your planet, right? This is where you're from?" Just being completely oblivious to the whole situation.
No. I'm not.
Okay, so we're going to your planet next. When do we get to see your planet?
I don't have a planet.
And Jesse just walks away confused.
Thanks for bringing up that very painful point.
Magnus doesn't have a home.
Right. Where's your family? I don't have one. What about your home planet? Don't have one.
Oh, that sucks. Walks away.
You're weird. That's fine.
Cool. So you guys take off, go into orbit, let Jakey and Cass's ship dock with you, or are they staying outside?
I think for the time being, we'll want them to dock with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll probably ask like, "Oh, hey, so what happened? What's the plan? What are we doing?"
Well, so we're going to place this tracking device on your ship.
Who does it belong to?
Probably our target or someone working for him or someone else who means us ill.
Okay.
The goal is to, and one of the goals is to get them to destroy your ship.
So makes it easy if it looks like you're the target.
Yes. I mean, wouldn't it be terrible if your ship were destroyed and then we had to exact righteous vengeance upon them? Very publicly.
So you might want to
That's a
get your
shame.
personal stuff out of there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good idea. Okay, they'll work on moving their stuff out. Where are you guys headed? You guys just gonna go somewhere random in the belt, or?
So not directly near the pirate haven,
Right.
because we don't want to draw all of their forces. But maybe a quarter of the way around the system from there, or halfway around the system. Not the opposite side of the sun, basically.
It might be good to like be making it like a show of searching the
Yes.
asteroid belt.
Yeah.
Active pings.
Are you guys still in one big mega ship, or are you guys split up?
Mm,
Wasn't.
I mean, we can use Magnus's ship as bait since they want the gold one,
Yeah.
and then the rest of us can be hiding out and waiting.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Oak
So
would
the rest of
definitely
us
be
are-
down for splitting up the party like that.
We would be within.
Yeah, we're still within the same area. It's just like Magnus is making a show of going and doing stuff, which Magnus is good at, and then the rest of us are like hiding out in the asteroids as backup.
Yeah. You can
in our own Zords.
yes. You can disguise yourselves or hide yourselves in the asteroid belt, and then
There's a lot of cover.
I can be outside it scanning it with
Which is good in it.
with
Jesse's looks like an asteroid, so it probably would be really easy.
exactly.
Yeah.
With Jakey's ship on remote control.
Yeah, Jesse, we could say yours can turn from pink to like actual natural asteroid color.
Yeah.
So Jakey and Cass's ship are outside your ship now?
Yes.
Okay. And it's like what, an autopilot?
Yeah.
Or are they in it? Okay.
I've got it. I probably can set up a terminal so that Jakey can pilot it.
Cool. So you're there for a little while. Just looking like you're scanning around some asteroids,
Yes.
looking for something.
Yes.
And is it you trying to make it so only your ship is in sight, or are you trying to make it to where like you just look like you're kind of like far off from the group?
Making it so that it looks like, or so that my ship and Jakey's ship are outside the asteroid belt. Because this is a fictional asteroid belt where things are like all clumped together really closely.
Exactly, not like
Not like actual science.
where everything is far away. Yeah.
And the rest will be taking cover just inside the asteroid belt. And I will be using active scans to ping any unusual readings that might come from, like if someone were to scan, I'm flooding the airwaves with active scans, so it makes it harder for anyone to detect that there are disguised ships just inside the asteroid belt. And we'll even probably send Jakey's ship to a small asteroid and have it retrieve a sample or something, just to keep up the ruse that we're looking for something.
Some poor radio astronomer on Valet has just a very bad day.
It's like, what's going on there? Well, they know what spaceships are.
I know there's a lot of not great stuff happening within the belt and beyond. So
Yeah.
You'll while you're scanning, you'll get a couple pings of some ships kind of in the area, and then some more, and then some more, and you're detecting them come from all sides. Some jump out of hyperspace between you and the belt, and some come from outside the belt. So let me pull up my.
Are they all coming in like all at once, or is it like
It's
over?
very much a coordinated attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially, so you told a bounty hunter that quite possibly works for Zolo that you're gunning for Zolo.
Yeah.
You don't know if the twins said that you were gunning for Zolo or not, or if they actually kept their word and were like, "Oh no,
Doesn't matter.
They're unsuspecting. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot coming after you, but he very much still wants that ship.
Yeah. Good luck.
So you're dealing with. We'll say there's like 10 maybe medium level ships, which are like your size ship. And then there's like 10 smaller ships, maybe a little bit bigger than Jakey and Cass. And then one very large ship.
Ah. We
You
can.
don't know if it's solos or not, but it's fairly big.
It almost doesn't matter. Like it's all about the show. I will execute the pre-planned signal. So I'll pulse the active sensors in a pattern to let everyone know they're here.
All right, team. Let's do this.
And they're trying to open a channel with you, Magnus.
Sure. How can I help you?
You can help us by giving us that ship. Boss would like it very much.
What ship?
The ship you're currently in.
I'm afraid I
The
can't.
nice gold one.
I'm afraid I can't give you my ship.
That's unfortunate because, I mean, we will break it up a little to take it, but we'd rather take it unscratched, you know?
I mean, you might even be able to, but you certainly couldn't operate it.
The job is to get the ship. What happens after isn't really my concern.
Yeah. Oh well.
Why don't you just make this the easy way so I don't have to give that whole speech, you know? And just...
Oh, I don't know. I'm just a humble scavenger. Shiny gold ship. I'm just a humble salvager looking for useful materials in the asteroid belt. I've never heard the speech. I'm very curious about what the speech is.
Come on, man. You've seen vids, easy way or hard way. Let's go.
No, I don't watch vids.
All right, you have about 20 seconds to hand over the ship.
Oh, it's such
Or
a
we
hard
start
decision. Can I have 60?
No. You now have 10 seconds.
Okay, then pulse the thing.
Let's go.
We'll say,
What the hell is that? There's no law enforcement out here, pal.
we are the law enforcement. We are Spectrum Squad. Broad
all the
broadcast
ships come
to all the
out.
ships. Yes.
Yeah,
You
all
have
the
fallen
ships
into
come
our
out.
trap. We will
Where
bring
the
you.
hell is the
Up card.
Spectrum Squad?
We will bring you to justice.
This is-
We got a group of wannabe heroes, boys. Let's go.
Yeah.
yeah.
But meanwhile, I assume everyone else has come out of the
Yeah.
thing, and we're gonna form Voltron.
Yep.
Yes, you are outnumbered, though. This is maybe not a great situation. It's a lot of ships.
It's fine. All right. This is gonna
I
be
will.
rough.
I will open. I will open a comm channel to the pod and say, "Jakey, Cass, get out of here before they attack," and then pilot the ship erratically off in an escape vector.
Okay, and you'll see, because it's such a small ship that only 2 of the small ships will go after it. So you're now dealing with...
No, leave that alone. You must
A
not.
super
You must
large
not.
ship.
You must not impair them. They're more
not that
important than
one.
any of us all put together.
Are you going to go after it as if you're going after the tiny ships and leave your back to all the big ships and stuff?
No.
You could what if you commanded one of us to go?
No, we're not. We're not going to.
No, we're not doing
Yeah,
that.
we're
like,
forming
necking up.
Voltron.
Are you forming your super ship or are you forming your actual, like,
I
dude in
think.
space?
I think we have to form our dude in space because they can
Yeah.
fly around,
You don't have to do anything.
and it's also not what they would expect.
Gundam style.
Yes,
No.
I mean we are.
It's definitely more of a talking point.
Yes, we
Yes, exactly. We're putting on a show.
we are literally confronting danger to follow our principle, and we
Yeah.
gain a token, and our mechs are summoned, so we may call on our ultimate form. So I think we call on our ultimate form and see what happens.
Oh, they are definitely firing at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Liam is now, an expert at repairing things, so it should be fine.
Thank God. You may very well need it. So, all right, you guys are in your ultimate form. You are taking very big hits from, like, the big ship is a problem. You can only take so many hits. Like, your shields are already starting to wane. The smaller ships are more of a nuisance because they're just, I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
how do we go for the heart of the problem? We don't have to destroy all the ships if we take out the majority of their force, of their aggressive capabilities, which is the big ship. It's likely the rest will flee.
Yeah. We should just focus
I
on the big
don't
one.
know.
I mean, that's
I said likely.
that's my best guess. It's to attack the big one.
Yes.
So let's do it.
Well, he wants my ship. Perhaps we should give it to him.
Alright,
Into
it's
a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the form of the sword. Yeah, all right, let's go.
Meanwhile, you hear over the call, like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. You wanted my ship. Which deck do you want it in?
I want to use the token that I got earlier for my impressive feat. And I want to say that like Oak takes control of like he's like, okay, hey everybody, I got this. Give me control for a second. And he like right after Magnus transforms his ship into the sword, Oak takes like master control of the ship, and he like does it in like a swipe, and Oak is just like really wrenching around the controls and just kind of like brute forcing it, but he's doing it in a way that's like it's just sweeping up and down and through, and it takes out a couple of the smaller ones, and this would be a heavy turn, clear the way of adversaries during a brawl.
So you're going for the smaller ones, not the big one.
Well, so I wanted to get rid of the small ones so
Keep in
that
mind,
like,
this is turn-based, so...
Yeah. Big one. Just too big one.
the way that I'm thinking about it is like, because it's like, okay, yeah, whatever, it's the big one.
Yeah. That maybe some of the small ones are not prepared for our rapid acceleration.
Yeah.
And get jostled around.
Yeah,
We
basically
don't really
anything
care
in our
about them.
path is
Yeah.
getting wiped out.
Just take a ninja stance and then full impulse or whatever.
Yeah. In that case, instead of clearing the way for adversaries, it's shake off a beating like it's nothing. So I duck us around a lot, and I get us in close to like within like easy striking distance, and it's almost like if they fire at us, they'll be firing at the big ship as well.
Sure. They are trying to flank you guys and put you in a really rough spot.
Yep.
So you'll hit the big ship with the sword, right? Is what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Cool. So its shield takes most of it, but just the pure force knocks the ship out of whack, and you can definitely see it does damage. Like, you don't slice like straight through it, but it does some damage, and it's not very. It's a big ship meant to shoot, not to maneuver. So that's what the other 5 ships are for, and 8 small ones. So you do that bit of damage. It's reeling, so they're doing repairs and stuff and trying to get it fixed. It's still firing at you, but they're more focused on keeping the thing, not from blowing up, and going a little more defensive. Meanwhile, the small ships are definitely flanking you, and so you have the 8 small ones, the 5 medium-sized ones, which are about the size of your ships. So those medium ones. Those ones are hitting pretty hard. The big ship got rid of most of your shields, so those other 5 do a good job of like your shields are down. So there's 5 ships firing at you. The little ones, they don't do as much damage. They're more of a nuisance, honestly, just because your ships pretty advanced and defensive even without shields, so they're trying to hit your weak points. And Jakey and Cass's ship is being followed by 2 small ships.
Does it have any offensive weapons?
Jakey and Cass?
Yeah.
Their ship? Very minor.
Yeah. Let's have it
It's
be.
more
Let's
just
let's
self-defense.
have it be just randomly firing. Just to draw some aggro. Hopefully they'll fire back.
Yeah.
But that's just it's on autopilot to fly
Problem
away
is-
wobbly and pew, pew, pew.
Yeah. The biggest thing is you said like, oh hey, these people are really important, so they're wanting to take these
That's
whoever's
fine.
in their ship alive.
All right. Well, we need to take
So your
care
turn.
of
You need to
yes, we need to take care of this situation.
The big ship took a light turn,
Right, to
just
repair
so you know
itself.
mechanically.
Yep.
So a big turn is coming next.
Yes.
And then the other ships, the medium ones took heavy turns, the small ones took light turns.
Yes. And remind me, so we're kind of like we're pooling our tokens.
It's basically like technically Oak wouldn't have used the token there. I just allowed it.
Okay.
Okay.
Really,
Okay,
it's just like you guys do collectively a light turn, collectively a heavy turn, or regular turn. You just want to kind of make up what happens and
Got it.
make it fall into the flavor of light turn, regular turn, heavy turn.
Okay. So last time we last time we attacked. So this time we could our mech is significantly more maneuverable than them. So we
Yeah.
could take cover
least-
than the bigger
The
ones.
big one, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we also have like my Zord, whatever ship, has like boosters on its feet, so I feel like we're able to like move our legs, like
Yeah.
boost back in different directions and stuff.
Yeah, you guys could definitely maneuver in this form.
So we
as
could,
well.
so given that we're an agile, acrobatic, humanoid giant robot, perhaps we could take momentary cover in the asteroid belt, which is very nearby, to regenerate our shields. So the
Yeah.
equivalent of a light turn.
Cool.
Yeah.
The light ships, the small ships, which there are 8, follow you into the belt and use their heavy turn to pursue you.
Yeah.
They're going to keep firing at you, so it's hard for you to regenerate shields.
Wow. Now we can take them out.
The bigger ships follow. The big ship stays outside the belt because it's not going to maneuver very well inside there. But the medium-sized ships will also follow, but they can't get there quite as fast. So, or, in such a way. So, light ships took a heavy turn. Medium ships took a light turn. Big ship just took another light turn.
Cool.
I think the medium would be the slowest since there's no medium in space.
Jesus.
Jakey and Cass's ship has had its engines hit,
Okay.
so it's having trouble moving.
Yeah.
That was just retaliation to my trip.
We might just have to overload the reactor on it.
Or
I was actually
crash
about
it
to
into
ask
an
if you-
asteroid.
Oh,
Yeah.
even better. An asteroid rebel, rebel on an asteroid could be searched.
Yeah.
A fusion plant
Mhm.
going
Crash it
boom.
into an asteroid and then blow it up.
That
Yeah.
works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Could
go.
we say that we had rigged it to blow at some point as like we would need to do this?
You guys knew
Probably.
Yeah.
that you guys were going to blow this ship up, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay,
that was always
makes
the
sense.
plan.
Yeah.
You guys are in a bad spot, though, so
That's fine.
you're
Well,
starting to think, maybe
we could
we're a little overwhelmed here.
we could do the equivalent of a regular turn to just be awesome in battle.
Yeah.
and start hucking asteroids at all the
I can't just grab.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
or just like t-ball, t-ball it. Just
Yeah, throw it up. Yeah, because we've been making the baseball
and just
references.
knocking a bunch of because they're in here with us now. They even the small ones are having. I mean, they're I'm sure much more agile, but just grab a handful of asteroids and just huck them at the little guys.
Yeah, you'll
Try and
probably
lure
hit.
them into chasing us into two that are about to smash together.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll probably hit a few because they took a heavy turn last time, so they can't use anything fancy to dodge this time. So we'll say you knock out 3 of the tiny ones.
Yeah.
So there's 5 tiny ones left. The big ones are in position now because they've gotten there, and they've started fire on you. They hit one of Jesse's rocket booster boots. So that one's starting to malfunction. You guys are no longer as maneuverable as you would like to be. You still have the big ship outside the belt, the 5 medium-sized ships, and 5 small ones.
Have they destroyed, or have we? The Jakey and Cass's ship is still like going, right? Because I was thinking that ultimately, like, all we have to do is just like see that is destroyed, and then we can just jet
Magnus
out of
probably
here.
has. I mean, he's on autopilot and everything, so he's probably got like the diagnostics and can see like, okay, they hit. The engines are starting to fail.
Yeah. It's just a
Okay.
press of a button.
Okay.
So
Oak will look over from his console at the rest of everybody. This is getting kind of hot out here. Maybe we should blow it and go.
So meta.
Mm-hmm.
I can disappear in the face of danger.
Mm-hmm.
Like fly off in the sword.
And your sword is not required for the big mech.
Right.
Extra.
So I think Magnus will execute the death run on the or tell Jakey to do it. So we can get rid of that. And the sword pops out of the mech's hand. And then we'll go racing past the smaller ships out towards the big one.
Just your sword?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to split their forces up because they want the gold ship.
Yeah.
Yep. And then over
Right.
comms.
Keep them busy.
Beat feet. I'll distract them.
Cool. So we'll say... Honestly, we'll say all of them just follow you because they're like, oh, get the gold. Like,
Yeah.
they don't want to split their forces too much, and they'd rather like gold is the prize, so they're headed that way.
Yep. Cool.
Right.
So you said you're headed towards the big ship?
Yeah.
The one that has 2 heavy tokens?
Oh boy.
I've got 3.
3 heavy tokens. All right, so all the ships follow Magnus's ship. You guys are left in the belt. What are you guys doing?
Let's give them some cover, guys. And we'll probably just like lasers out of the head, like almost like I-beams shooting out at some of the ships.
It'll probably be hard for you to do through all the asteroids.
No, that's fair.
Unless you want to get out of the asteroid belt, which is going to be a little hard because one of Jesse's boots is kind of malfunctioning.
Broken. Liam, do you think you can fix that from in here?
I can try my best.
From inside? I mean, you could try. It might take you a couple turns from inside.
Well, light turn to activate backup systems
Right.
or something.
Yeah. just fuel more power into the other one and
Yeah.
just boost out. Focus more on getting the shields back up so we can take the brunt of the asteroids, and then we'll just floor it.
Cool. So the big ship sees Magnus's ship heading towards it, takes a heavy token to blast the crap out of it. Your shields hold up. You get knocked probably a little off the course that you're trying to go for, but your ship holds up. But if it takes another hit like that, that's bad news. And then you have all the ships behind you pursuing.
Yes. I will spend one of my tokens to take a devastating blow without flinching.
Cool.
So we'll just be there in like all the ships firing.
Mhm.
Probably allowing the ship to list a little bit.
Cool. So they'll probably open another comms channel too, and they're like, "Last chance, buddy. Hand it over."
Oh, I'm dying. You got me. I can't feel my legs. Mom, is that you?
They're gonna send the medium ships as a boarding party.
Sure.
Oh boy.
So they're gonna attempt to basically, I guess, short range teleport onto your ship.
Oh, but shields are up.
Not after that huge devastating blow.
Fine.
So use its heavy's turn to get your shields down,
Okay.
but not kill your ship.
Yeah.
All right, what's the rest of the team doing? So you guys are using a turn just to like repair stuff and everything, get the boot back up. What are you doing
think-
after that?
Yeah. So we'll maneuver out of the asteroid field. And I think we're probably focus firing on the big ship still.
So you guys are head back into the fight after Magnus told you to beat feet.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I heard beat fleet.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
I
okay,
don't-
well,
Hoof it. Cheese it is the
Oh,
cops.
this isn't even the whole fleet, so
Okay. Yeah. All right, I think we proved our point. Let's go.
did you blow the Jakey and Cass's ship already?
Yeah.
Or like have it crash?
Yeah.
Okay. Those two smaller ships they're probably gonna go check out the damage and
Yeah. And then the reactor goes.
nothing.
Big thermonuclear explosion in space.
Oof. Okay.
No, Jakey and Cass. Man, we thought we had rescued you from your imprisonment with your evil father. Oh no, how could you?
All right, what does Magnus do now?
Okay,
They're
so they're gonna try to
ramping up the
board.
teleport.
Yeah.
And you can absolutely just use your token to just be like, disappear, danger. Goodbye.
Well, I mean that for me that's a light turn.
Oh yeah.
Just leap to hyperspace. I'm so tempted to go to do a holdo maneuver,
Oh my god.
but with hard light shenanigans.
And yeah, destroying your ship too.
Oh, not destroying my ship too. What kind of cool power has not been revealed?
You also know that this ship is probably close to like 50 people at least on it.
I mean, they live for the blink of an eye. It's not that big a deal.
Well, to you, Spectrum Squad, good guys. You've already killed a few people, that's for sure.
We haven't. We
You
haven't.
just blew up the bomb when the ships approached. What?
Okay.
We also destroyed a couple other ships before that.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
yeah.
hit them with asteroids. They're probably
Yeah, it's true. No, it's
they were
fine.
smaller ships. If they were the medium ships, they might have been able
It's
to
a kid
eject or something.
show. We hit them in the engines and they spin off into space.
Mhm.
No,
Dastardly deeds
I
in
have a
space.
suggestion.
Sure.
yes.
They go off and live
For-
on a farm.
The like unrevealed power. So Magnus and his ship kind of strikes me as the kind of ship that would go like park itself in the middle of a sun and be fine just because.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking maybe that's because you have like a stasis mode where you basically say that like, oh yeah, for the next like 8 hours, I'm gonna like pre-program this set of actions and I can't see in or out, but like nothing can get in or out. So I was thinking like you activate stasis mode and nobody like the invaders are like, oh, suddenly this whole thing is like impenetrable, but also you're like out of communication for the next like hour or something.
Yeah, but that just gives them time to try to crack it and to bring in the full fleet. I think ooh. So cuz it can be gravity related or it can be light related. I was thinking about dropping a gravity well on them. But then I can't escape. So I need to do it in such a way that how about this? It doesn't have to damage them. But you are right about sitting in the corona of a sun with no difficulty. Can I reveal an unknown power and open up a hyperspace portal to the surface of the sun?
Oh God.
This
For
is this is
them?
this is my no. This is for me.
Okay.
This is my way of disappearing. Is to be like, I don't like it here. I'm just gonna go sit in the sun for a while.
Okay.
And so there's a very dramatic swirl in space, and then suddenly a wash of heat and light and radiation. Probably doesn't kill anyone and doesn't destroy any ships, but it is very, very hard on most systems.
Right.
And through the static of, like plasma storms and whatever, I just pop on the comms and go, bye. And then hop out and then the portal closes. So the whole thing is a wash of radiation, the intent being to confuse any sensors that might be tracking those guys.
Cool. Where's the rest of the team going? They're not going to pursue you. They are if any of them are functioning, they're completely dumbfounded by what just happened, but most of them are just kind of stuck and having to make repairs and get their systems back online.
Yeah. We can probably break apart the mech and get on comms, be like, all right, are we heading back? Or are we going to deploy? Where are we meeting?
We did what we really came here for. We got rid of the ship. We faked their death. We made enough of a splash? Like maybe we got to go like start some more trouble. We should go start some more trouble.
That's what I was afraid of. All right. Going back and checking the wanted boards, or
Let's make it double.
We could always go check out one of those other planets. Like, I mean, like it would make a bigger like impact if we went to multiple planets.
There's the one that has all the dangerous animals on it.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Completely uninhabitable because some sort of evil species has taken it over. Yeah.
If it's
Right.
uninhabitable, then there's
At
nobody
this-
there to see us.
Kind of. So at this point in time, the Valet and Veek are in talks with the Aceros about allowing them to have the planet. It's not going super well negotiations, but because they don't attack non-organic, they don't see, they might destroy a few Aceros here and there if they're just super angry, but for the most part, they're like, it's not food.
So you're saying we have the opportunity to really screw up interspecies negotiations?
I mean, the Veek are all for getting rid of this stuff on the planet so they can keep it.
I like that plan.
I mean, we can't.
Sorry, I want to help the beak.
I mean, the worst case scenario, we screw it up horribly.
Yeah. Guess it.
Worst case scenario, we don't eliminate this weird threat.
Yeah.
And
We-
it's like
Not
we were
our
never even there.
politics.
Worst case scenario, we make a big scene and accomplish nothing, which is totally fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just here to make publicity, not.
There are also some very high-profile Veeks that are famous for going hunting there and bringing back some of those creatures. It's kind of a.
Poachers.
I mean, it's an invasive species, so they're kind of rewarded for killing any that are there.
Okay. They're going after the real, like, big point bucks of the whitetail metaphor.
Lelena wants to be super high profile. We can help her in a big game hunt. May help her make a name for herself.
Laying low from her.
I don't know.
Because she's like supposed to be dead
Yeah,
or
but
killing her sister.
yeah, but she could be like, no, I came back and killed my sister, and I'm clearly the superior twin, and I will prove it by going and I don't know.
That's
I
no.
think
So
that was more-
she's never allowed to be a full Veek because
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was discovered that she was trying to subvert the contest.
ah,
Yeah.
oh wow.
That said, so there's a very sensitive relationship between the Veek and Valet because they don't absolutely hate each other. They just have different outlooks. The Valet hate the Veek contest. They don't like it at all. They don't like, but the Veek are they allowed the Veek to get so advanced that they can't really do anything about it. And if they went to war, they would get absolutely crushed by the Veek. But the Veek allow if a pair of twins decide if both agree not to be in the contest and go to the Valet,
Oh.
they're untouchable once they're with the Valet.
Well, maybe
sort of
we
a
can just become big game
Community
hunters.
refugee, but
Yeah, I mean, I would get our name known and
Yeah.
in space, so.
We can hang it up in the secret base, the trophy that we get.
Yeah,
No.
we can
No.
capture one of them and bring it back to Earth as a pet.
No! No!
yeah, definitely won't be a new invasive
Okay.
species on Earth as well.
Yeah.
Liv,
no.
but think about how much Tara would love like some alien
How
dinosaur pet.
Tara would love having the dinosaur
One
pet
Peter.
with her face off. No,
No.
thank
That's
you.
what we're here for.
It would
No.
protect Earth from the
No.
consolites if the entire planet was
No.
overrun with space velociraptors.
Oh yeah, that's a much better fate for humanity is to just let them get eaten by an invasive species instead of
we have
blown up by
guns.
aliens.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
No,
It's fine.
we're not doing that. We can. No.
Look, I've seen Jurassic Park. I know what would happen.
They caught it. It only spent like a couple hours running around LA.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
You
that's
know, we're-
one of them. These things can replicate.
It's true.
yeah, these can make more. No, we're not taking one home alive, and I don't think you can hang one up in your personal space. I don't really want Tara seeing a giant stuffed alien monster hanging in the living room. But I don't
She
think
could
it's a
just see
terrible
those.
idea. She doesn't need to see it at all. She's 5.
Yeah, I mean, she could see it at the National History Museum.
Yeah, educational. The Spectrum Squad went out into the universe and brought back this dead alien that we stuffed and mounted inside of our museum. Yeah,
Yes.
that's gonna go great.
All right. So by this point, I assume that my ship has absorbed enough stellar plasma to repair and refuel itself. So I will ping you all. And on the vid, I'm just sitting there with like the corona of the sun behind me. Did you escape?
Yeah, we made it. They didn't chase us.
Well, perhaps we should regroup. I suggest that instead of landing on the landing pad, since we know it's being watched, we find some unobtrusive location.
Yeah, that's probably good. We kind of need to lick our wounds too.
Liam hasn't already repaired everything.
Liam's not on Jesse's ship.
Ah,
She repaired it enough that Jessie was able to go off as her own ship.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Perhaps we find a nice place to hunker down and repair, and then communicate with Jury.
Yeah, see if big game hunting could be the right route to go. Sure.
We could start a band. Yeah. The Knockin's Got Talent. Season 742. We don't even have to win. We just have to give a memorable audition. Frankly, people will remember us more if we're terrible.
I think we would be.
You never know. We might have unseen talents.
Well, I mean, like whenever we suit up and we do our poses and we shout our names, like there's always those explosions, and like we've tried to figure out where they come from and we can't figure out where they come from. Like it's free pyrotechnics. Like imagine how awesome that would look on like space TV.
Yes. Anyway,
We've got options.
let's find a strikingly familiar, because we in Arizona we come from an in some ways similar landscape. Let's find a somewhat homey feeling mesa that we can land on, effectuate repairs, and discuss
You
our.
could also just go to an outpost and, you could just use the space to repair or have them help you, but.
Well, we assume, however, that our new enemy has contacts, and if a mysterious gold ship shows up, like an hour later,
Putting it as an option.
yeah,
Not gonna go well.
yeah, I think we take the stealthy approach this time.
Yeah. I think there was definitely a moment where Oak suggests, like, well, why don't we go back to that other place?
Yeah.
And then Magnus is like, no, you moron.
They'll know, which is fine.
Yeah.
That might be a thing to do, but so
What did you do with the tracking device? Did
it
you
was
forget
on.
about
No,
it?
no, it was on Jakey's ship.
Oh, right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we exploded that.
Yes, it's gone, as are Jakey and Cass. Very sad loss.
But now they can't be seen off the ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another reason not to make ourselves well known. The main point is just to take a moment and get everything back up to ship shape.
Yeah.
And then I do kind of like the idea of just showing up on a majorly populated world and transforming in front of a bunch of people and like helping little old ladies across the road. Drawing
like
some
a baseball game.
Drawing local media attention.
And Veek would not appreciate it very much without you going through something first.
Well, we can communicate with Jury. And he's like, well, then we should speak to someone about having ourselves registered as heroes so that we can come to the surface of one of their homeworlds and help their people.
So he'll advise you to deal with the valet over the Veek.
Yes.
Yeah, figured as much.
Yes, we just want to practice our heroism by helping your people.
We make a name for ourselves by enmeshing ourselves in interstellar bureaucracy.
Yes.
Oh, gritty.
Our expertise at filling out forms.
All right. So, which one are you going to? The valet homeworld, or at least
Well, first we stop to repair.
Yeah, which is fine. You guys can do that.
Yeah, we stop at some far side of Poi, and then yes, we will head to orbit or whatever the closest we can approach without encountering orbital defenses, and then with Jury's guidance, get the digits of someone to call.
I mean, he's not super high up in the government, but like he can get you. So I'd be
Yes.
like, hey, you're gonna want to.
Yeah.
See this
Yeah,
essentially.
this is what you're gonna want to do.
We are galactic travelers here to render whatever assistance you can find. Mostly, we just want to help people in as public a way as possible.
So you'll get into contact. You'll have basically a huge warship appear in front of you and open a comms channel. State your business and why you're here.
We are the Spectrum Squad. We are itinerant heroes of the galaxy. We are here to assist you in any way that you see fit. Preferably
Oak is flexing
publicly.
in the background.
Hold.
Yeah.
You won't hear that. They're like,
Yeah.
what species are you?
We are of several
Yes.
species.
Which are?
Yes.
I
They're wondering if you're like Una Aceros. You know.
I am a guardian of the primordial light. These are somewhat evolved primates from a backwater planet you've never heard of.
Ouch.
And why do you think we would need services from fairly evolved primates?
They are quite powerful.
We conquered the strongest foes that our world had to offer, and we said we must go out to the galaxy.
But not that. We
Yeah,
we have rid several
And
planets.
Magnus has the comms. It's like
Pulling
Sorry, Universal Translators acting up. We have
pulling him away.
Yes. We are on a mission to rid worlds of injustice and inconvenience, and to help little ladies cross the street. Think of it like community service. Mostly just want to hang out and do good deeds. Pick up trash in parks, grant interviews to your local media.
hold. And you'll wait a little bit longer. They're definitely contacting people, trying to suss out. You'll get another big ship comes out of hyperspace. Is there another big ship? Do you have a working teleporter?
Yes.
We would like you to teleport onto this vessel, no weapons, to meet with one of our leaders.
In case it is helpful,
Mhm.
I would like to spend one of my heavy tokens to reveal a never before seen power. My companions will teleport. I will join you in one of your bays, and then I will, using my suit, like glow and become like a shooting star, and actually do an EVA, like a very rapid kind of like actually physically fly in a way that's like, oh, that's bright. Like make a big impressive show about that I don't need my ship to travel through space. And then, do a Captain Marvel basically. And then land in their loading bay. No weapons. Except,
Yeah, do you guys have your weapons? Like you guys all have a special weapon?
I mean, if they requested us to come unarmed, it's the play. I probably just set the nunchucks aside before we teleported. And probably told everybody else to leave their weapons behind too.
Yeah. Mine
Security is heavy.
Yeah.
But you see a lot, and they're always in pairs too. Like you notice, like obviously, like oh, that guard looks like that guard. That guy looks like that guy. So on and so forth. And a pair of twins come. And they follow us this way. They'll lead you into another room, which is just full of guards. But you'll see two female twins sitting at a long table. Like, please take a seat. Spectrum Squad, was it?
Yes.
So, I'm told you are intergalactic heroes looking to do good.
yes.
Yep.
Interesting.
We're all suited up right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
technically, it's intragalactic, I believe.
Yes. Technically, that's accurate.
I do know astrology, y'all.
and how? What exactly? Could you give me like a summary of kind of who you are, how you started, what you do, what you've done,
Well,
just to put me at ease a bit.
we rid a backward planet of a threat that was trying to artificially accelerate their evolution by interfering with the natural course of events on the planet.
What planet was this?
The dirtball tear something.
Uncontacted.
But given our success, we thought it was time to move into more civilized space and see if we could make allies and demonstrate our worth by helping people.
This is everyone, correct? Not just that you came to the Valet. I don't know if you know the politics of this system.
We are familiar. We thought that you would be more open to making use of us and not blasting us out of the sky.
I would agree. We do. So the V handle a lot of security around this system. I'm trying to think of exactly what you could help with. Have you heard of Bossy? You know the planet Bossy?
It is on our map, yes.
Yes. So that planet's been completely overrun with a horrific invasive species that just
Yes.
tears apart anything living.
Yes.
Some V go there occasionally, big game hunting style, but they don't even make a dent. Tried destroying nests, doesn't work because most of them are underground. That's an option. Outside the ring is riddled with piracy to the point we don't even touch the planet Poi. Some of our people go there, but we have no, like, they understand that we have no enforcement there.
Yes. We are familiar. We have just left a battle with Zolo.
Oh. Yes, he is essentially runs things out there because of the lack of government reach, honestly.
Yes.
Even the beak can only reach so far. Osno is a big problem. I don't know how you would tackle that. It's basically just a refuge for all criminals.
Yes,
We
and
don't
we
like
understand creating disruption there might cause a power vacuum that could make things more chaotic.
Yes, if it were up to the Veek, they would like to just, to be honest, just blast the thing. We're a little hesitant because we understand there are a lot of Veek refugees there, and we have a bit of a soft spot for them. Not everyone that ends up on Osno is evil. Some of them are forced to be criminals. That's our outlook on it. So if you do go to the Veek, I would ask that you don't simply try to blow up Osno or whatever they may have you do. Aside from that, those are the major things I can think of, unless every now and again we have some natural disasters that occur. Yalak is working on settlement, but it's overrun with natural disasters. We're still working on actually making the planet livable. It's a little too hot.
Well, we should consult our leader.
Which one of that is you?
The one in red.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, considering we just fought with the pirates, I don't really want to create a power vacuum in there, and I can't guarantee that what we could do in the Outer Rim would even give you guys the ability to establish any sort of enforcement out there. That might be lower on the priority list. Trying to make a dent in an invasive species seems like the best idea to me. Seems a bit more manageable and less political.
we would like to hold on to that planet. Right now, we're in talks with the Aceros about allowing them to start colonizing that planet, but we would, no offense to the Aceros, we would prefer not to have another. We would prefer to keep this system to ourselves for the most part. It's just not good to give another species we don't know too much about or understand just have a foothold within the system,
Yes.
especially within the ring.
We have limited experience with the Aceros, but they seem quite charming, frankly. Like they might be good neighbors.
We have a few problems with a couple of them, but every
yes.
race has their bad eggs, so.
Yes. And what is your relationship with the Unat?
Great. The Veek and the Unat, very good terms.
So hypothetically, if there were a rogue Unat that was causing trouble and we were to take care of it or have taken care of it, would that be advantageous?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Why is there a
Hypothetically.
rogue Unat?
Not anymore. Hypothetically.
He was taken care of, hypothetically.
In this system?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we're civilized.
Well, that's the problem, is they're incredibly advanced, and when you bring that much advanced technology to races that aren't quite ready for it, it can vastly change
Yes.
the culture and can force the race to do some things it probably wouldn't have if it wasn't forced into
Exactly.
being uplifted, quote unquote.
Yes.
She's very salty about you can kind of understand the subtext of like it's their fault the Veek are the Veek. So.
Well, then perhaps we should investigate this overrun planet and see if there's some sort of clever solution. I don't think going nest by nest to kill them all is practical, but we could certainly, an extra set of eyes, an outside perspective might be able to come up with a creative solution. And worst case scenario, you're out nothing. We're not asking for any kind of payment or compensation. Just
And
looking
by
to
all
offer our
means-
assistance.
That said, the Veek do offer bounties on
Well, we don't do this for coin. We do it for justice.
very noble of you.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, you have my blessing to go operate on Bossy if that's the course of action you wish to take. Do be careful. There are a few Aceros running around surveilling. So
Yes.
just don't blow up the planet or anything. Do anything too drastic.
No worries.
No, we're not in the
And
planet
probably a
blowing up
few-
business.
Veek hunters. So
Yes. We will be cautious not to harm any innocents, as we always are.
yeah, definitely just do some scans first.
Yes. And
Yeah,
will
yeah,
you
we're
please
people.
notify all the powers that be, including your media, that the Spectrum Squad is here. We don't want any confusion or anyone to think that we're a group of mercenaries or an invading force or whatever. And since we are of unfamiliar species, we just make sure the word gets out.
Sure. And she'll have a guy come over, take some pictures of her meeting with the Spectrum Squad for media purposes.
Yes.
She's probably not going to publish them unless you guys are successful.
Yeah.
But
We'll sign them anyway.
so, like, okay. Is there a way to contact you if something does come up
Sure.
worthy of your services?
Sure. We'll give her the digits.
Just make our sign and we'll know.
Right. Just everyone on the
You
planet do
all-
this. That's not how it works.
Yeah, no, don't actually do that. It won't work.
Do you all have individual names or anything to call you, or is it just Spectrum Squad?
That one's gold. That one's black.
I see colors. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
There are
Easy
secret
enough.
identities.
fair enough. Great. Well,
She's like, this is the weirdest Tuesday ever.
basically, like, sure, go on to this uninhabited planet. If you fail, you fail. If you don't,
Exactly.
whatever.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we
All right,
leave.
let's go.
Well, so if they do have consulate spies in their government, hopefully news of that exchange has oh crap. Oh, there's not really a good way. Because they don't know about the consulates.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really a good
We
way to
don't
bring
really-
up Jakey and Cass.
Yeah, and I don't think we really want them to know about the consulates because we're kind of
Not without being like, oh yeah, these
consulate
unknown
attention over here.
Yeah.
So that
No.
they
into these
press
two
along.
refugees that were killed by pirates, unknown what their race was.
Yeah.
Have you heard of our prophesied enemy?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's a parting thing. Yes, we will go and we will attempt to rid this planet in the name of our companions, Jakey and Cass, who were so cruelly taken from us. They had just found freedom from a life of imprisonment and brainwashing, and we give them, tribute and just glad that they died free. Yada yada, sad, sad, cry, cry.
A lot of hot air.
Yeah.
Dedicate this triumphant action to Cass and
Meanwhile,
Jakey.
they're just sitting on the ship, like, waiting for you guys to get back.
Right. Cool.
We set up the
So-
space equivalent of one of those Skyriders where it's like the long banner that trails behind the plane.
Yes.
It's the JK special.
Yes.
Pepperoni's JK.
Yes. Cool. Well, I suppose we'd better go at least make some sort of show of attempting to rid an entire planet of invasive species, which, by the way, we're not going to be able to do.
No, but
Oh,
at least we can make a show of it.
Yes. I mean, worst case scenario, we get a reputation for being inept and insane, which is a good outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it works. I don't.
We can
really-
send some missiles into a volcano or something, set it off.
Yeah. As long as we scan and make sure that no one is there.
It's gonna get hurt.
Yes.
Yeah. I figured this is a little bit better than tackling pirate politics.
Speaking of none of that, actually, Liv, you might want to check in with Aces.
Yeah, I was already planning on it. I really need to check up on Tara.
Make sure she hasn't completely disassembled him.
No, she'll just paint him pink
Yes.
and purple and whatever other colors she can find once she runs out of those two.
Cool. So you ping aces?
there-
Yeah.
No answer.
Of course not.
Shit.
That's the real reason.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure everything's fine. Let's go to the planet.
No. This is not fine. He's not picking up.
There's not anything in the, there's not anything in
my sister.
there's not anything in the message buffer like, oh crap, had to rabbit. Nope. No sign that our signal is being jammed.
Your signals are fine.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to message our new friends and say, we'll be back for the beasts. We've been called away on another matter of heroism and justice in a system far, far away. But never forget the Spectrum Squad is never far away. Should you need us, simply call and we'll be back. Bye.
Oh, another emergency has come up. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Basically. All right. Yeah, we need to get home. And we need to get home fast.
Yeah, right. Form the big ship, hyperspace leap.
Cool. Anything you guys do in the meantime while you're making the trip?
By the way, the
Are we
chamber
able
that
to-
you've been sweating and bleeding all over is actually my meditation chamber. So
Oh.
it's
Thank you for
fine.
letting us use it.
It's fine.
You have like cleaning bots or whatever that
Yeah,
can take
it's true.
care of that, right?
It's true.
Yeah,
This is fine.
Oak is on his way over there. He's got
Liv
a
is too
towel
because
over his
Liv is
shoulder.
like needs to let out some pent up anxiety over here. So
As high resolution deep space scans as possible. So to get the earliest indication of any ships or disruption in the system. Particularly
And-
if we can locate the HQ in orbit around Jupiter or Saturn or wherever it is.
And if there's time to like, I don't know, are there different rooms during the big Megazord?
The big ship, like each of your mechs is basically its own room.
Okay. At some point,
Magnus-
Jesse wants to like pull Oak aside from everybody.
Okay.
Jesse's just like, hey, I noticed you kind of just ran off when Gold said something, when Magnus was like, hey, we should do this. And I noticed when Liv was gone at the school, Magnus didn't stop you from almost getting killed by some giant alien. There was another time as well where Gold seemed to maybe lead us into more harm than he needed to. And, you know, I care about you.
That's rich. I say in character and out of character.
Oh, no. And actually, thank you for saying that. It reminded me. Like, you even got me kidnapped by that purple alien by letting the team think it was smart to send me in alone. Like, oh, you know that's not a good idea. But Magnus didn't. But the point is, Liv wanted in each of those situations for more thought to be put into it. And I think we need to stop listening to Gold during those moments if Liv is going to be the one that takes care of us. I think Liv is the one we have to turn to. And I think if we're going to survive more of these alien encounters, we have to stop listening to the alien and maybe listen to the human that can, you know, protect
Racist.
all these other. Repeat.
Racist.
I mean, I'm not going to say that's wrong. Definitely a little racist. Speciesist.
The way I see it, you know, there's kind of the coach used to tell me, you know, sometimes you know, I would get in my head sometimes about, you know, I really want to push myself to get stronger, and he would sometimes say, you know, you got to look at the bigger picture. And like, it's a balance. Like, you can't always be thinking about like, oh, what's the big goal? Sometimes you have to focus on what's like right in front of you. And like, I don't know, I think that Liv has a good idea about like the big picture, but Magnus, I mean, like, you've seen him fight. Like, we've fought with him. Like, you know, none of us are a slouch or anything, but like he clearly knows what he's doing in a fight and in like in a combat situation. So it's like, if he says like, oh, hey, you should go track down that other guy or something, like, I think, you know, we should trust him. Like, I don't think like like a lot of the time, like if we just said like, oh, well, thanks, Magnus, like, let me go ask Liv, like, right in front of you, like, you know, he's been helping us, but like, we don't really, like, I don't know, like, who knows how long he's going to be around. Like, I think we should trust him. Like, I think we should trust his expertise.
I'm not saying that we can't trust him. I was merely saying that he has nothing to lose. He doesn't have a planet. He doesn't have a family. What are we to him if nothing but assets? In the times in which perhaps you're putting yourself in danger, just take a glance at Red, just for a nod of improvement. Just, you almost died twice in the last 24 hours, and Gold was kind of the one who didn't help the situation. And honestly, we can't go back to school without you. Like, we need you. And if you were to die on another planet, would not be good. So again, I'm not saying don't trust Magnus. He has ideas that work. Just look at Liv, who wants us all to, well, you know, live.
I'll think about it. I mean, ultimately, at the when we're in the middle of a fight, you know, a lot of the times I'm just gonna say whatever, do whatever somebody tells me to do. So,
Sure.
like, it's all fine to just like have this conversation, but like, I mean, you know as well as I do that I'm just gonna do whatever.
Absolutely.
So-
I guess I'm just saying if you're gonna trust Magnus, trust me that Liv has what's in the best interest of the group. Magnus has what's best interest in whatever's in Magnus's head. And I just want you to come back to school after this is all over.
I'm gonna do my best.
All right. Take care of yourself. I care about you and I hope you can trust me that I just want what's best. All right. Thank you. Can you show me some of those moves you and Liv were working on?
Yeah, come on over to the workout room.
Cut to an internal security model. Cut to an internal security monitor because everything in here is monitored. And there's Magnus Stoneface single golden tier.
In my own asteroid Zord. Why are you looking in my...
The systems are networked. You don't know.
And Jesse's points are made all the clearer.
It's not true. It's not true.
Liv, are you seeing this? Because I don't know what's going on and I'm scared.
I don't either. They actually have brain cells, and they're using them. What's happening?
They each have the same
Being
brain
kind of a
cell.
little bit harsh on Magnus, but it's kind of funny.
But
Yeah,
I guess
Jesse's
this
like,
is like the-
he's always getting us in trouble. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Liv's like, well, actually, it kind of did help us a lot, but that's
It's
fine.
fine. It's fine. Just hit me when I'm down. Bring up the whole no home, no family thing. That's fine.
And Liv also 100% told Oak to
Jesse's
go after
just
that
like-
guy on the planet.
Yeah.
Oki and Jesse get together and their one shared brain cell actually starts to work.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they actually
It still,
function as human
still
beings.
leads to the wrong conclusion, but that's fine.
Yeah, and at least they're making sense and not just making puns and trying to punch things.
Just a little puns.
Yeah, just a little.
And now
comments.
they're literally going and punching things. So
Yeah, it's fine.
Of
was-
course, Cass comes out of nowhere to watch, sipping her
Yeah,
tea.
Liv will not fight Cass. Liv is probably, I don't know, who is Liv taking out her frustrations on because she's stressed out about her sister.
Jakey would probably come and comfort you because he knows you're worried about your sister.
Yeah, Liv's really stressed out.
It's probably like, it's probably fine. They're probably fine.
I hope you're right.
Can't do anything until we get there. All right. Everybody good? Anything else? All right. So you see on the scans before you even get there, like you could tell the station's very damaged.
ugh.
No signal coming in or out. You do
Is
see Ace's ship is docked.
Oh,
It hasn't left, and it is not space worthy.
great. Life signs.
One life sign.
Is it human or is it bot?
You can't detect, like, an Aceros wouldn't give off life signs.
Oh, okay. So then it's we assume just I guess Talos gives off life signs.
Nope.
Nope, doesn't. Oh.
Rear.
Oh, it could be
Greer.
Greer. He's cybernetic, but he does have organic pieces, right? Okay,
Yep.
cool. Well, let's go put him back in his hole if he's escaped. And perhaps he can tell us what happened.
Somebody's gonna tell me what happened because the ship's still there and my sister's life sign is not on this.
So what do you guys do? Do you teleport on, dock? You could kind of dock, but you kind of have to, like, it's not normal where it, like, depressurizes and stuff. You guys kind of have
It's
to, like,
probably
go
safe.
out of space a bit and then inside.
Yeah, it's probably safer to just teleport.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all teleport, Jakey, Cass, everybody, or just you guys?
I don't think Jakey and Cass, just in case the single life sign is a consulite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just us.
I'm concerned
right.
about my uncle, so I'm coming too.
You guys all teleport on. The place is wrecked. First thing you see is a Aceros arm, one of Ace's arms.
Good God.
Oak picks it up And he just keeps dropping these.
You walk in further and you see Ace's body, like, doesn't look like it's on. It is nearly torn to pieces.
Is it like blaster fire?
There's some blaster holes, and it also just looks like it got, like, torn apart.
Interesting.
Where's the life sign at?
It's in the back.
Okay, Liv is just heading for that.
Okay. You go back and you look. You don't see anybody. You look at the cells. Doesn't look like anything, but then you hear some pounding on one of the cell doors, on like the cell wall. It looks like nobody's back there, but there's like a screen, and it like glitches for a second, and you can see Greer behind it.
Yeah. Liv does not care. She's just opening that door and then just slamming Greer back against the wall. Is like, what happened?
Like, what? How am I supposed to know? I'm locked back here.
You had to have heard something.
Yeah, tons of blaster fire and all kinds of crazy war nonsense happening in the background. Couldn't see a dang thing.
Could you identify who would have had those blasters or anything that would be helpful here?
I don't know what happened. Would you let me? You can let me see.
Yeah, no. Magnus will go in and try to reroute power as necessary to pull up internal sensor logs.
Okay, you see at one point communications were jammed completely. Teleportation was completely jammed. You see a short window where it came back up for a second, like the teleportation. Someone was working to get the teleportation back active, and then it went back out again, and then nothing. Like, defense systems were taken offline. Pretty much everything.
Interesting. Is there any log that someone was successful at actually teleporting off?
Yes.
Ooh. To Earth.
Yes.
Got it. And Aces.
It doesn't say where. It was clearly scrubbed as to where.
Yeah, but Aces stayed behind to operate it. Almost certainly.
Yeah.
We should grab his frame and repair him.
Yeah.
Okay, do you go look at him and try to
Yeah.
get him back on?
Get him to reboot.
Yeah.
All right, so he flickers back on a bit. He's like, Spectrum Squad, you're here. I don't have much power left. My systems are rapidly failing. I went into a stasis mode to try to extend my life as long as possible. I managed to teleport your family members. I'm so sorry. I couldn't do more. They're safe. They're with Uncle Spatty on Earth.
It was Consolites.
And the meanwhile, he's like his words are skipping.
Yep.
There's like he's like, yes, consulates.
All right, power yourself off. We'll repair you.
Okay.
Right before you power off, I would like to take a light turn, and ask, and kind of like reach down, like right after you said like, oh, they're with Uncle Spatty. Oak reaches down and kind of like barges into the view, like right in front of Ace's kind of like face area, and he's asking, what about, like, are they gonna follow? Like, are they following to? I'm suddenly blanking on the name of our town.
Starfall.
Sorry.
Starfall, New Mexico.
Sourfall.
Starfall.
Star.
Starfall. Oh, okay. Yeah. Are they going to Starfall? Like, are they going to, like, if they did this, are they gonna do this to Starfall too? Like, what
he
happened
does,
here? Who else is in
tries
danger from
to
us being gone?
answer you, but it skips a bunch of words, and then it says base some nonsense that you can't really understand because it's going like in and out of English. Um, and it's like, power off. I don't know if I'm gonna power back on again.
Yeah, we'll repair him.
And Oak backs away.
If you're gonna repair him, he needs to be repaired. Like, he needs.
He's a living
immediate
creature.
repairs.
He's a living creature, and we have an expert repair person. And
That's familiar with Aceros technology?
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, you do have one person.
I can assist, and we have a mechanic.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, fine. If we want to save aces, we're going to need career.
Yep.
Will Frog march him onto the ship?
Yeah, fine. Whatever. We just need to move, and whatever we need to do to save aces, let's do it.
Yep.
All right, so you get Guerrero out, and he's like, "Oh, see, I'm not the only one you had problems with."
Consolites.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, good.
We don't have time to explain it. We need you to fix our friend.
The Aceros.
Yes.
What's in it for me?
I'll pulverize you right here and now.
Want my freedom? Time's wasting.
Fine. But you have to leave Earth and this entire system.
That's not much freedom, is it?
That's plenty of
It's
freedom. You have
literally the
entire
rest of the universe.
Fine.
Wait, what would it take for you to, like, how can
He
we
kneels
trust?
down and starts like doing some minor things because he's worried about time.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
"Go on, I'm listening."
How can we trust that you're not going to just come back on this deal? Like, how do we know that you're not going to betray us? What's it going
I
to take?
guess
for you
this
to
is a
betray us?
great trust exercise for
Yes.
us, isn't it?
We will also
We have no other choice right now, Jesse.
Do horrible, horrible things to him.
We already destroyed him once.
Putting a lot of faith into strangers lately. I just don't like it. And that's where
I don't
Jesse
like it
leaves
either, but if we want to save aces, this is what we have to do. Sometimes we have to make hard choices. Including trusting people we normally wouldn't.
It's almost like someone set it up that way.
Jesse like
Here.
gets like a little more confident with Liv's like companionship in the feeling, but and leaves it at that. Doesn't really feel great, but
If you have any spare parts or anything, that would be great.
No, we got an
I'll make them
arm,
better than before.
Oh yeah,
An
Oak
arm.
hands over the arm.
buckets from the ones that blew up in the hold. So yeah.
Yeah, he'll get to work. What do you guys do? Someone gonna stay behind and watch him? Did you guys tell Dury?
No, he's in our or in my rig.
Yeah, we should
We've-
teleport
we've tra-
everybody
yeah.
into the ship.
Yeah, we've transported him so that he can work on aces as we go to Earth.
Okay. Fair enough. Cool. All right, so
Ace
you
of
guys go to
space.
Earth. Where are you guys going to on Earth?
Well, first scan from a good distance to make sure there's not like a giant mega cruiser in orbit.
Not that you can see. Nope.
He mentioned
All clear.
base, so I will securely ping base systems and make sure that everything's okay.
Yep.
Hmm.
I would imagine we would probably like the clear, like in terms of like where would like our family get beamed that would be safe. It would probably be somewhere back in like back in home.
It could
So that
very
would
well
probably
be
be
us.
our like first place to go check.
Yeah, I was expecting that they would be at our base since Aces
Yeah,
is where it
that's what
is.
my thought was.
but it doesn't look like they are.
Oh, do you like you're checking like
Yeah, I'm
to see
checking
if they're
like
in the...
internal systems, like any like
Okay.
sensor logs, intrusion alarms,
Yes.
etc. Oh, they are there. Okay, yes, they are at the base. Are they surrounded by 700 consulates?
No.
Okay, cool. Then yes, we will surreptitiously, just in case, enter orbit over Indonesia and then fly low, head back to Arizona and hit the base.
This is a trap.
Probably.
Cool. You guys go to the base. Assume you land there, or do you teleport there, or whatever? What do you do?
Let's teleport just in case.
Yeah, teleport in.
Oh, you guys teleport in. Uncle Spatty's playing with Tar in the little kids' corner. Liam's moms are just watching something on the TV.
They don't look like worried about us or about anything.
Oh, like once you teleport, Uncle Spatty is gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, okay, you will not believe what happened."
Wait, what happened? Wait, where you're all okay, right?
Yeah, we got everything started going down. That nice little robot of yours. He had us come here, and I don't really know what happened after that. I mean, we've been here waiting.
We
Luckily, the fridge is fully stocked.
yeah.
Oak is gonna turn to everybody else and say, I'm gonna go check outside and make sure there's nobody around.
Don't.
Don't? Okay.
No. We want them not knowing we're here as much as possible.
Good point.
Because they're using this to flush us out.
Jesse just gives Oak a look like, see what I was saying? But just without actually saying anything.
Yes. Now, it's possible that Aces was successful in teleporting them off, and the consulates don't know where they are. But we have to assume that their plan has remained unchanged, which is to flush us out.
Yeah. Which is what we were trying to avoid.
Yes. So we should make sure that they are not successful. We have seen to the safety of your family. We could all just leave.
I mean, as long as everybody's safe and they think that they can hunker down here for a little while, then yeah, let's...
I was suggesting that we bring your loved ones with us and just go. If they wish, they can show up above Washington, D.C. or New York or Shanghai or wherever they want and broadcast, bring us the Spectrum Squad, and everyone will be like, we don't know who that is, and then they will search and scan and not find us. And they will have no leverage to use against us because your loved ones will be with us on our ship somewhere far, far away.
Yeah, you guys don't care about the other innocent lives.
Yeah, except the billions of other people that live on this planet too.
Yeah, we can't put them in danger.
Well, nor can we hope to defeat an entire consulate fleet.
Exactly.
Yes.
Rock in a hard place all
It's
over
possible
again.
your plan's working as well. That while they were attacking the base, then they come back and like, oh, Spectrum Squad's in Danakan space.
Yes. I think the safest play would be to absent ourselves, monitor the situation. If indeed they begin attacking Earth with all their forces, then we have a difficult decision to make. But the best thing to do is to just not have any evidence of our existence on Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, they can send their spies. It's like, what about those kids? And it's like, those kids have been truant. There's a warrant for their arrest. We haven't seen them in weeks.
Technically, one of them has a warrant for their arrest.
Yes. One of them is already in breach of their parole. So
Yeah, they're double parole.
So we fake our own deaths.
That's whatever. I mean,
we could go to that. We go to the planet with the deadly monsters and like not have to fake it. We could take on Zillow again and not have to fake it. There's plenty of ways that we could give a very convincing performance of being dead.
I just, no, it's fine. Let's take everybody that's important, get them on the ship, stay in range to keep an eye on the planet, and if things start getting really, really bad, then we'll just have to step in.
Oh, Mars.
Perfect.
The subterranean temples are very difficult to scan.
Let's do it.
That's why your primitive scientists haven't detected them. Now, flip side, anyone who knows this system would know that they're there, so there's a chance we might run into them. So we'll have to be cautious and scan.
That's the least of my concerns right now. It's just gonna go pick up her sister and throw her on her back, and let's get out of here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
so
if we're
taking all the family members with you, okay.
we're gonna Swiss Family Robinson this thing.
Yeah, totally fine. You can absolutely do that.
And suggestion:
Seeing lost in space.
at the first sign of consulate presence, we rabbit. Because if they detect us, then they will know that we are leaving. And they will look elsewhere.
Or they'll keep attacking the planet to try to draw us back.
As I said, then if in that eventuality, we will have some difficult choices to make.
Well, it's not a choice.
Yeah, we have to come back and just stop them from threatening the people here. It's not even really a choice.
I mean, for you, it might be a choice, Magnus.
I know.
But...
I'm exercising empathy here. I understand the sentiment. However, play it out. Minor expeditionary force, we destroy them. The consulates now know that there is a sufficient force to destroy a minor expeditionary force. The next wave they send is more powerful. At some point, it becomes powerful enough that we can't hope to succeed. We are destroyed, and their timetable for intervention in Earth is accelerated. Because they would have revealed their presence. And
how many lives are we willing to risk that they aren't just going to take Earth out?
It's whether they're risked now or in the future. They'll be taken out, is the point. If we give the consulates reason, they will. I mean, bad stuff will happen.
Yeah.
So our best hope is to not give them reason. That's, by the way, the whole point for the jaunt to knock in space. Is to protect your people.
It's a little bit more real when you walk in on a friend on the brink of death.
Yes.
All right. Well,
you're
for
taking
now,
Greer, Aces, all of the family members.
All of the family, Jakey and Cass.
Yep.
I'm getting a little cramped. It's fine.
We'll just beam beam one of their fridges up with us. Just all right. Lifetime supply of Yoo-hoo and Jello pops.
Greer has actually become very particular to Tang.
Oh, okay.
Ever since you mentioned it at the school.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, no, just keep to the plan now. We'll just stay nearby enough to keep an eye on the planet in case things actually start getting worse.
Yes.
So you're not going back to Danak in space to do big game hunters?
We should see if there's any presence in the system. If there is, if there isn't, then maybe we just lay low and make sure it stays that way. If there is, then we go.
Yeah.
I hope there isn't.
I also hope there isn't.
But again, we're the focus of their attention, and our presence at Earth is what brings it to danger. Well, I mean, the existence of the consulates puts Earth in danger.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be searching for the system for presence? Like, are you searching the entire system, like going everywhere? That's going to take a long time. Space is big. System's big.
I think if we don't detect open conversation, I think if we don't detect anything, then if they're there, they're purposefully hiding, which is fine.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really more, is there an obvious threat to Earth present in the system approaching? And if there is, then we should probably think of some way to draw them away. And if there isn't, then we just absent ourselves for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that you can see without doing a crazy long search.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the question is,
Get
do
lucky.
we hide out in one of the temples at Mars for a bit, or do we just absent ourselves from the system? It's higher.
I think we should absent ourselves because like our presence here, like it's a double-edged sword. Like we can protect people while we're here, but we're also putting them in danger just by being here. And I think if we don't find anyone, I think we should go back to our plan that we put on hold, and we should go make a splash with that hunting plan.
There's also someone you could ask.
Who?
Oh man, if you don't know, oh well.
I mean, I suppose we could ask Jakey what he thinks because he's trained in consulate ways.
He would probably tell you could check in with Uncle John to see if he's heard anything about what their plans are.
Yes.
I don't want to talk to
If
him.
you trust him.
Yeah, that's a bit of
That's the caveat. Is
Well,
but
you could choose to or not.
but we can totally, truthfully reveal nothing more to him than what he already knows, and that we are leaving the system. And then if he says, oh no, there's some random reason why it's totally fine. You should just hang out here. Come over to my house for dinner at precisely 7 p.m. on Saturday. Don't worry, there'll be a bunch of cars. Then, well, no, he's compromised. But worse, the only intel he can get is that we're about to leave and thought we would check in.
yeah, let's give him a ring and figure out if we need to bolt or not.
Cool. So you contact John and he's like, hello?
Hey, buddy.
Who's this?
Spectrum Squad.
Oh, dear God. Okay. Yeah. What's up?
You heard anything from the consulates that might suggest that they're here?
I mean, I think you know that certain ones are here.
Yeah, I mean a much larger force that might be a problem.
No. Well, no.
There's a bit of a hesitation there.
They're not going to invade Earth or anything if that's what you're asking.
I'm asking if we need to keep making ourselves absent.
I would say what you're doing now is actually kind of working.
That's all I needed to know. Thanks.
How's Jakey and Cass?
Dead.
Shame to hear it.
Yeah. It's really
All right.
unfortunate. All right. Well, immediate threat. And this is just to the team, probably to hang up the call. Immediate threat seems to not.
We could ask him if
He's probably like, so, oh.
Yeah.
we could ask him if he wants to come with us. I mean,
Yeah, it might be a bad idea to have him
absolutely does
vacate. Yeah, it might be a bad idea to have
That
him
would be
vacate
a
his
hard
post
no
anyways.
from him.
okay.
He
Why
had
would one of
some
our
redeeming
agents go AWOL?
qualities. He had some redeeming qualities, but no.
Yeah, but that jawline
Yeah.
though.
All
That's
right.
And you didn't ask him anything about the space station or anything, right?
No. No. It seems like our best plan is to just continue the ruse that we are in Danakan space and we are working to alleviate problems in that area rather than
Yeah.
sticking around. So let's head back and go take care of an invasive species, I guess.
Or make a show of it.
Yep.
Or we could make someone make up an entirely new system. It's like, let's just pick a random new one with a whole new
Just
species.
pick a random system.
That's fine.
Let's go to Unot next.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go to Danak and let's start rocking.
We 100% could let Guerrero free.
In Danakan airspace.
No. On his homeworld.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been exiled.
Speaking of which, is Aces okay?
It's gonna take him a while to fix him, but he's definitely he's not on the brink of death anymore.
Okay. So, quiet room. Do we say thank you for repairing Aces? We are now going to let you free. And then hand him over to his people. Because that would also be aligned with the We're Galactic Heroes thing.
I mean, handing him over to his people isn't really freedom.
We let him go.
He asked for freedom, his freedom.
He does have freedom until they catch him. It just happens that that's 5 seconds after we let him go.
He had freedom from us. He just
Yes.
didn't have freedom from them. Although, admittedly, Liv doesn't like the idea.
No,
She doesn't like career, but
I mean, he's a megalomaniac that attempted to control your entire planet and would do so again if he had half the chance to your planet or another one, putting at risk the lives of billions of innocent creatures. He's probably safer in a penal colony, under control of his own people. But your choice.
SC asks the group, what's the point in being good all the time if we're gonna have these people being free hurting other people? Like, Magnus might have a point, sometimes to maybe do the most good we have to be a little not good, but whatever you think, Liv. I'm really looking at you here.
Nobody's watching him fix Aces, are they?
Oh, for sure Liam is. And we've got
Liam
bots
on him.
and cameras and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
100% Aces is getting a full diagnostic to make sure he hasn't done anything weird with the programming.
Are you wanting him to teach you, Liam? Because he will absolutely just go off on tangents about what he's doing and just to show you how smart he is, and because he likes tech. Yeah.
Because I want.
So you're probably listening to this is what I'm doing here, and you'll probably comprehend some of it, but yeah.
Look, let's just, once all is said and done, assuming that Aces is fine, we just dump him near his homeworld. If they detect him and catch him, fine. If he gets away, whatever.
Yeah, and maybe yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Just pretend like we don't know where we are.
We accidentally leave the lines open. Okay, Guerrero. Now remember, you're a fugitive from your own people. It would be a shame if they found you. Although we would be heroes to the Unot people if we returned him. And we might be able to parlay that into some press coverage.
Eventually.
Well,
let's see.
Don't count on any making deals with anybody else in the future if that word gets out.
Yeah.
Fine.
Said it.
It's fine. If he pops back up again, whatever, we're intergalactic heroes.
I'm just saying we've already had
stop him again.
We've already had one big bad that's now sort of a frenemy. If we keep turning big bads into frenemies, it's going to be a very complicated galaxy.
I do find it a little odd that this guy is only talked about hating the Aceros, and he was very quick to be like, well, I'll fix him.
Yeah, he's probably going to try to upload some sort of subroutine into him that gives him complete control. That's why we're not going to power him up until we check it.
Yeah. We're going to be at least a little bit cautious with this.
Well, I mean, his freedom versus life in a cell.
Yeah.
I would imagine he would be pretty eager to
Maybe.
like make us happy.
He's very devious. When we power on Aces, after we check, he will be in an airlock. And if Aces is not fully functional and obviously under his own control, he will get all the freedom that the void of empty space can grant.
Yeah, he's only been with you guys for about a week, obviously. Maybe just over a week now. And he's had a lot of talks with Aces. They've had their back and forths.
Oh, Aces is up and talking.
No, this was back when he was with the
yes,
obviously
that's right.
he spent a lot of time. So.
That's right. Well, maybe he's a good guy after all. A megalomaniac with a heart of gold. I don't know.
Yeah, people can change.
I won't believe it until I crack his chest cavity open and can examine his heart myself.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, okay, whatever.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep.
Seems to be what we're doing a lot lately.
Yes.
So,
So Liam's watching him. Jakey's probably standing there watching too, unless you guys are like, no, Jakey, you have to be hidden the whole time.
That's fine.
No, I don't really care.
So what are you guys doing?
I think we're heading back to Danak in space and fighting monsters on the planet.
Yes, and we can report back that we have there was a space station that had been attacked and disabled, and we had to rescue its occupants because that's true.
And I think during that time, Jesse's gonna be studying Guerrier, trying to determine if he's more like redeeming himself or gonna betray us. I think that's what Jesse's gonna study.
I mean, you can ask him questions while he's repairing Aces.
I don't want to ask. I think Jesse just wants to be like the silent studying, like
because he's like right next to his face, just like squinting at him, like, "What are you doing?"
But yeah, he's just going to work on Aces, fixing some things. He's got some stuff. He's got like Aces plugged into his own arm and is like fixing, some software issues and stuff that got damaged, whatever, and talking about how he's surprised how old Ace's tech is and that he clearly got he's definitely a newer Aceros, but he's got like really early generation Aceros chassis and everything. It's like this must be a hand-me-down. Just talking while he works. But
Jesse may not
talks about it. He's like, he doesn't like Aceros, but man, their code is amazing now, like how it's evolved and everything.
I don't know if Jesse would be able to determine, since like it's a unfamiliar type of alien race almost, if he's betraying or redeeming, but regardless of like what happens, she'll have learned by the end of it whether it's redeeming or betrayal.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I want to study
eventually.
this. Yes.
At some point or another, we're going to figure out who's going to betray us and who's going to be our friend.
He has realized that the Aceros can evolve.
Or can he make them evolve? Is he the one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we know how this guy ticks. Great.
Cool. So that happens while you guys are on the way there. Anything else happen? You guys now have your family members, Jake and Cass, Greer, Aces.
Yeah.
Fine. I pull a couch.
You have no idea what happened to Talos.
Well, isn't he like sort of dead, sort of already? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was just basically a copy of his consciousness.
Yeah.
Maybe Aces can get him back at some point. We'll figure that out later.
I wonder if Ace has downloaded him.
Yeah, he has a copy of.
Yes, he probably has a copy of him.
That'll be great.
Yeah, you guys saved Aces.
Yep, I will just give up and pull a television and a table and a couch and some toys and stuff into my meditation chamber. so that our weird family unit can treat it like a rumpus room.
I was probably having a great
Nice,
time
nice.
just like running and then flopping down onto the mat and then getting back up and then running and flopping down onto the mat.
Yes. I'll ask Jakey and Cass to be responsible for protecting the families.
And do you explain to Tara why Cass doesn't talk? She's probably like, why doesn't she? Like, probably talking to her, like, she doesn't talk back.
Sometimes people just don't talk because of bad things that have happened.
You are going to get a million whys.
Yeah.
Like,
Why?
what? Like, just the following question.
Yeah. And just sit there and patiently trying to explain
Yeah.
each and every one.
Okay, so you guys arrive to the planet. What do you do? Do you look for, where people are? What's happening?
Yes, we should scan to make sure that we're not going to be anywhere near any Aceros colonists / surveyors. And if there are any active hunting parties, we should at least contact people to let them know that we're operating lawfully.
Yeah.
So you get contacted. There's one character she's a very well-known Veek. She's kind of a known badass among her people, named Hell Dangerous. She goes by Hell Dangerous, and she's a huge big game hunter, and right now she's got the record for these things.
Oh, could we trade some assistance with her with sharing some of her knowledge of these creatures with us? We have no interest in taking any trophies.
Is by chance she married to a burrito man?
She was, but he died a horrible, tragic death. One of these creatures.
Or Windorito.
They put him into a burrito and just
Yeah,
Just ate him.
he was slowly digested over a period of centuries.
So
We'll learn more about that on the morrow.
Oh God.
There's a gang that guards the Schwed where his remains are kept.
His story is only on the
So for
winds and
YouTube
on
later,
themselves.
go back and watch 200 hours of various different random YouTube to get all those in jokes.
yeah. So I wouldn't
so-
ask, but she's very vengeful against these creatures because they killed her space burrito husband.
She might, knowing that we wish to eliminate them, she might be willing to help us. Doesn't hurt to ask. Your call, Liv.
We know what these creatures are like.
No.
Some other pings you get. The Saros, it's very vocal where they are because that's part of the stipulation of them being on the planet. So it's like, I am operating in this area, surveying this area. So you'll have little bits and spots, and then you'll have there's one area that Avik is operating in that is he's just like, do not come in this area, and then the Hell Dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be 100% down for getting in contact with Hell Dangerous and just seeing if she wants help or if she just has any advice on
Yeah.
how to take care of these things.
Does she want help?
She doesn't need it.
Yes. But is she willing to assist us if our goal is to eliminate these creatures?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's more than happy to give you some tips and stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
Shall we meet in person? It'd be good to observe these creatures firsthand before we attempt to formulate a way of eliminating them.
Sure, you can if you want.
Giant space mech, go boom.
What giant spaceship? And then we follow to the coordinates that she provides us.
Yeah, she's gonna give you a very specific place to land.
Okay.
And she'll approach, wait for you guys to come down. It's like, yeah, I'm Hell. You said Spectrum Squad?
Yep.
Yep.
Surely you've
haven't-
heard of us. We are itinerant galactic heroes traveling from system to system with no pattern, to right wrongs and mete out justice.
The only pattern is our colors.
Yes. We go where the light takes us, and the light has brought us here to see if there's anything creative we can do to eliminate the threat of these beasts.
Well, I've been doing this for a while, so apologies if I haven't heard of you. I've been
We're
keeping my head
new in
down
the
here.
system.
Fair enough. So these creatures, they mainly operate underground, and they can sense movement. Their sense of smell is insanely good. But they mainly operate by vibrations. The Aceros have learned to stay off the ground as much as possible, but if they land, sometimes, usually they'll realize they're not organic and leave them alone. Every now and again, you get a random one that's a little more aggressive and will tear the body apart. Saved a couple of Aceros that way. 'Cause I was able to find them. They were still at least enough intact to save once they got new parts. Nests, there are some known nest area, and she'll pull out a map, like she'll flip up something on her arm, a map, and like kind of go like this to send it to you. Like these are the known major nest locations and areas where you don't want to put your foot down. Like if you step there, like something's gonna come up and grab you, essentially. It's a good way to catch them because you can bait them fairly easily, especially if you use smaller animals. But what's left of the smaller animals? I've actually seen a few cases where I've seen them attack each other at this point because a lot of the wildlife, aside from the aviary wildlife, has just been made extinct by these things.
Interesting.
Which one of us is Kevin Bacon?
Yes. I was thinking, bait, yes, small animals, or mid-sized primates.
Or which one of us is the goat?
Oh, you're pretty quick.
Right.
The last time I was sent out alone.
Let me tie this
Nothing went
pork chop
right.
around your neck real quick.
Oh, and don't go in this one area. I don't know who this dude thinks he is. He's not allowed to just cordon off an area like this. From what I can tell, he didn't have any kind of authorization, but I don't know what he's doing over there. He's telling everybody to stay out of that area. Whatever.
Seems intriguing.
I don't know. He just might be aggressive, found a good spot to hunt, and doesn't want anyone else getting involved.
Well, if he's not supposed to be doing that, we can go stop him.
It's a little difficult there's rules and regulations here, but law enforcement, it's a little risky here. So you kind of take that risk when you agree to operate here.
Yeah. Well, shall we research potential ways of eliminating them?
Yep.
We probably need to capture one or at least get samples.
I have some dead ones.
That'd be sufficient to start.
Sure.
Cool. Let's do science.
Yay.
Elite science class.
Oh, I actually have my highest grade in science. It's a C.
Excellent.
I'm really good at science. I can help.
Yes, actually, that
really
would.
average at science.
Yes, you can help me with the dissection.
I mean, you can also like the Nockins have dissected these things and
okay.
everything.
Good.
So you have some information on that. Like you could tell they're fairly blind. They mainly operate underground. When they sense movement above them is when they come up and attack. And they're, for whatever reason, their sense of smell is amazing. Very much through their tongue has really good senses. So. And hearing is amazing. So they can tell if something, once they have it, if it's organic or not, obviously once chopping into it, but they will eat pretty much anything that lives.
Jesse, I would like you to take some samples from Oak's armpits.
Jesse just kind of looks at you and is like, "All right, do you have any masks?"
Yes. Also,
In a full hazmat suit.
we have suits.
Oak
Yeah.
just strips off his tank top
Yes, of course.
and tosses it over at Magnus.
It was a tank top. You could have just raised your arm, but that's fine.
I assume you guys do this in your ship.
Yeah, this is where we learned
Yeah.
that Oak has a third nipple. So while you're at it,
Was the alien all along.
we can freeze that off. No,
It was in the ship.
I should explain.
I'm learning so many secrets about y'all.
They are at times prone to attack each other. They operate primarily on scent. Are you familiar with an Earth pastime, paintball?
Oh yes.
If we
Love
can,
paintball.
yes, if we can replicate human scent and paintball some of them and test and see whether that drives the others to attack them, we might be able to turn them against each other. And eventually there will be some left that we need to take out. But if we can trick them into thinning their own forces, that could make a significant difference. It's frankly surprising to me that, the Nockins may just not have paintball.
What if we tagged their queen?
And they all eat her. I suggest we
Pop
thin
a
that
giant stink bomb in the nest.
we should probably test it first.
Yeah, probably.
See if we can trick them into attacking each other.
Sounds like a plan.
Like bait one of them so that it comes up from a safe vantage point, tag it, see if it attracts others.
One of us is going to have to go bait them out.
Well, or we can create a mechanical device that generates noise.
Yeah, much safer option.
If they can smell.
That's
Or
what
if it
your
does- if it
your armpits
yeah.
are for.
Yeah.
See, you all are smart.
It's science. I mean, it's not actually science. It's just rudimentary logic. But yes, thank you. Well, so I think we have a plan.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I mean, over a good question for SJ, over a period of time, we can test out the plan, and if it works, we can spend a fair amount of time just, flying above, dropping down mechanical devices with stench attached to them, waiting until one pops up, zap it, and then watch the others eat it. Hopefully driving them all into a feeding frenzy. I think at some point, if we can prove that works, it might just make more sense to share that with the Tanakans as opposed to just like spending a year and a half trying to tag every creature and just like working up the line until we get to the last one and then nuke it.
You find the trickiest part is going to be the fact that since they work underground so much, like even when you have like a robotic thing up top, it grabs it and pulls it underground. So it's hard to get a shot off is the problem.
Okay. So we have to find a way of like affixing it so that
Hel will give you some advice in hunting equipment and show you her hunting equipment she has a sort of like hoverboards type situation where she stays above, puts the bait, and the bait kind of like claws into it and forces it above ground.
Okay. Yes.
So reevaluate, readjust, and then try again.
Yeah. So how long do you think it takes us to come up with a workable system? Granted, I suggest that we are as cautious as we can be to not put ourselves at risk. So we're flying above, or we're hovering above, or up in trees, or whatever. We're not trying to put anyone at risk.
Yeah.
Right. So you'll need some time to develop like the actual bait, the actual like system to, I guess, yank it out of the ground and toss it a bit. Your hoverboards. So it'll take some time, especially depending if you need to make a stop to buy some extra equipment to actually make it into this stuff.
We've
Don't know
got
how
all
much
of those spare robot bodies, don't we?
You did bring him with you to fix aces.
You could take a couple of those and turn them into like bait
You also
bots.
ask Career for help. He can make little mini. He's made a lot of grunts before.
It's true.
Even if he's willing, I don't see why not.
I mean, he could try to
Okay, Frank.
escape, but he'd be escaping onto the planet of death.
Yeah, I think pretty.
These things have evolved enough and dealt with enough that they know, even if they hit his armor, to keep going.
Mm.
Yikes.
They can smell the
Help us
the
now,
juicy bits
or
on
we
the
set you
inside.
free here.
Yeah. Well, you're free.
Yeah,
Just don't
have fun.
walk anywhere or say or do anything, and you'll be fine. Don't breathe or move, and you'll be good. Sure, why not? I mean, he's already gonna screw us over so hard.
Now who's the suspicious one?
Oh no, I've always been suspicious. But
Are
this,
you offering him anything extra, or just like, hey, you want to try?
I mean, it
show
might be
off?
a fun tech. Yeah, show us what you got.
And he's going to obviously force one of you to watch him, because
I'll sit
you
and
all
watch
need
with-
to learn.
Tara, because Tara probably thinks it's fascinating.
So he'll build it, and he's going to build not a full-sized human robot, probably smaller just to save on parts, but he'll have sections where it can like secrete odor in the more odorous areas, have a sound clicker so it kind of sounds like a heartbeat is hitting somewhere, and it'll be able to walk on its own. Essentially, it's not super smart, but as soon as it senses something, try to get it. It'll basically erupt in like these spiky things. That's his solution.
and then spray scent everywhere.
Yeah, if you wanted to spray the thing right then and there, like if your objective is just to spray the thing instead of fight it, then yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Just as soon as it does, like puncture it with some.
Yeah, and to minimize damage to it, it can immediately stop the beating sound, and after it sprays, it can go completely dormant. So the creature will likely lose interest, but then will be coated in some sort of special, stinky resin derived from oak.
You guys just have an open treadmill.
Right?
Yeah, we're just.
Oak's getting cut in the media room / playroom / gym.
It's the most clothes you've ever seen me wear, because I'm wearing like a full, like one of those silvery metallic, like the sweatsuits that are like make you sweat to dangerous levels.
Yes. Problem solving montage where we all take turns changing the pads underneath Oak's armpits and wringing them out into a beaker, and then diluting it, mixing it with a super sticky resin.
That's why Liv volunteered to watch Career.
Got it.
And there's definitely a clip
Gosh,
where
just
like
sitting
Jesse,
there with her drink, of course.
Yeah.
and Jesse confuses her drink for a split second with the jar. Of,
Oh,
Ew.
This yoo-hoo is warm. It's like and saltier than I remember.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Gross.
awful. Okay.
Oh.
Anyways.
Sure you guys don't want to just use Jesse as bait?
Yeah, I mean,
They'll get covered in her scent.
I mean, at least one of the characters thought about it, but
Jesse, go stand on the ground over there.
yeah.
The problem is that would only work once.
We're gonna do a little dance for TikTok. Here, we'll film you.
all right, but just remember what happened last time.
Yeah, no.
Jesse, do it for the
don't worry,
vine.
we're all right here. No, we're not actually gonna send you out there.
So you will hear Greer while he's doing this kind of question your plan a bit. Like, so what do you think happens whenever these things eat a Danakan? Obviously, they get covered in their scent.
That's why we've mixed this with a super sticky resin to make the scent more persistent, and it's sprayed on their external as opposed to in their mouth. We're testing it.
Fair enough. I just think if they're shredding apart a Danakan, they'd get covered in the scent too, but
One would think so, but they don't attack each other and they hunt by scent.
we'll see.
Yes, unless you have a better suggestion for how to get them all to kill each other.
I think they just kill each other because there's a lack of food.
Yes, the goal here is to make them ever so slightly more appealing.
Yeah, so
Look, we're just testing it, and if it doesn't work, then we'll figure something else out.
I'm all for science. It's fine. I'm just playing devil's advocate, as the humans would say.
Tara's like, why?
Oh, I could just imagine him going back and forth with Tara. Just
Yeah,
on
exactly.
science stuff.
That's perfect. Why? Why does it do that? Why can't that work? Why don't you try this? Why haven't you done that?
All right, so you guys gonna test it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What is your plan on observing if it works?
you'd be hovering in a ship.
Yeah.
How are you gonna see underground when it goes back underground?
Yeah, we should probably work a tag into the equation. Some sort of beep, beep, beep. They're in the room, man. Situation.
Maybe like a tracker / camera
Yeah.
Could we?
that just sticks to the resin.
Yeah.
Do they? Like, I mean, what if we could trap it somewhere that it can't? Like, we get 2 of them. We get 2 of them, and we put them somewhere where they can't go back underground, and then we see them fight.
I mean, that
That would require capturing them.
it'd be cool.
Also,
But
can't trust. It's just in the wild versus in captivity are 2 very different things. Animals act completely different.
yeah, they might just fight
How
each
you
other.
humans messed up your whole alpha situation.
Calm down with
this
that,
one's
Greer.
aces. Alpha is an
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah. So just implement like a tracker / camera so that we can keep an eye on it while it's doing its
Yes.
thing underground.
With the hope that it will return to the nest and then immediately be devoured by its brethren.
Cool.
Maybe
Okay.
give it like a couple of hours to see if like they're used to the scent wearing off, and if the scent doesn't wear off, maybe then they attack or something like that.
And they're
Who
used.
knows? Maybe it'll just be poison to them.
It's possible.
The smell of human is just so deadly.
It's possible.
The smell of oak
no,
specifically.
not humans. Just
Yeah, just okay.
It immediately dissolves. Well, we solved that problem.
Just flood the planet with this.
Cool. So you guys test it. You guys are just like what on your hoverboards watching.
Sure.
Send out your little drone. Easy enough because Hell gave you a hotspot immediately. You know, the thing takes like 2 steps and something comes up out of the ground and attacks it. Goes to pull it underground. It kind of jerks back a bit when the like spike things come out and it like gets stuff all over it. It pulls the thing underground. After a while it realizes it's like there's no meat here, so goes back underground. You wait a while, wait some longer. The camera has a hard time seeing just because it's super dark, so you're not really able to see all that much unless you go like
Infrared.
infrared, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Even then, it's like you're just seeing a lot of tunnel.
Yeah.
Not much happens.
Well, that was Monday.
We tried.
We gotta wrap it in meat. I mean,
I mean,
the problem is-
eventually, it will get attacked just because they do eventually turn on each other when there is no food, and if they're gonna pick something, they're gonna pick the one that's covered in scent.
No.
But it's not like, oh, you smell like this, attack on sight, because they're used to they have their own scent essentially, so they can tell that it's one of theirs. But
Less or no less.
Maybe we could program a retrovirus to change their pheromones.
You think you can do that?
Or
Sure.
or we could uplift them and turn them into like the galaxy's best accountants.
They seem pretty heavy.
Career.
I bench pressing
She
one.
say that in front of Career. It's like, that's interesting.
I thought you might find that interesting.
I mean, it would take several generations, but
I mean, I guess that's one way to solve the problem is to let Career have the planet.
he does look like he says like, that's.
I mean, you want it to be
interesting.
free. Do you want your
Okay.
own weird genetic playground?
I could talk to the valet and see if that'd be okay.
It would solve the problem. I think they're in this for the long game. They don't have any immediate solution.
Do you tell them that the other option is they're going to give it to the Aceros?
He's probably smart enough to have figured it out. That there are Aceros that are on the planet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so he's like,
he can ask.
yeah, he would want to not have the Aceros have this foothold.
Well, perhaps you offer to turn over a new leaf and turn your brilliance to good, as opposed to
Our definitions of good are clearly different, but
I mean, look, at least,
he thinks he's still a good guy. So
yeah, of course he does.
okay, Thanos, calm down.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this solves a couple of problems, so it's worth a shot.
Yeah, we can talk to the valet and just say, there's a very unstable ecological equilibrium. Deprived of their food sources, they will almost certainly over time thin the numbers. But if you don't want to wait, they can be changed. There just so happens to be someone who's very, very good at manipulating this kind of ecological situation to produce desired results, and who is motivated to do so. And if he gets uppity or gets suspicious or whatever, all you have to do is call the UNOT, and they'll come pick him up and put him in prison forever.
valet would be more interested in, since you're doing this with the valet and not the Veek, they would definitely be more interested in that option. But the thing is also, they're not giving this planet to the Aceros, but they are giving this to a different alien race. But one that they can kind of, I don't want to say indoctrinate because that sounds malicious, but like, bring up with them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A servitor species. I mean, you can coexist with them.
They're like your little brothers.
You can train them to be willing and intelligent participants in your local economy and politics, but also just in case some sort of intergalactic threat were to turn its attention to your species, they could make very valuable shock troops against some unknown, as yet unrevealed enemy.
And if they get uppity, you just introduce the genophage.
Yeah. We have invented krogans.
This is just literally,
Yeah.
literally uplifting a race that isn't technologically, whatever, and
Yeah.
giving them as shock troops, and then they get uppity. Like, okay,
Yeah. We find one and say, I'm going to call this one Rex.
this one's Grunt.
Yes.
Cool. So,
It can't possibly go wrong.
yeah, they're just invasive, but
That's fine.
fine. Genophage. Anyway,
Yeah. And there's always a solution.
so besides, that's a real future problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
At
fine.
least a couple years away.
We can always just supernova their sun. And we always have that. We always have that solution. So it's fine.
Career is just like, you call me the bad guy.
I'm not on board with that plan. Let me be clear.
Guys, do you just have like a button that does that you just wanted to push this whole time?
No.
Big red button in the cockpit.
Yeah, right. Uh-oh. Put the cover back on.
So Greer is going to work on his little presentation thing because he's going to want to. You're going to want to bring him with you to meet the Danakan
Yes.
leaders.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he can give all the science, like this is
Yes.
roughly my plan and the research phase, this phase, whatever.
Yes.
So we don't have to role play all of that out.
As long as there's a lot of media attention that the Spectrum Squad has brought resources to help to solve the problem.
Yeah. This honorary member of the Spectrum Squad
Yes.
is going to be performing this project.
Rare, who you guys took down in the Soul System.
He can be the Brown Ranger.
And we are rehabilitating.
He's got his own suit.
Yes. He has agreed to turn his faculties toward justice. This is what we do.
We believe in rehabilitation, even
Yes.
for people as bad criminals as he is.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, so that's
Are we betraying him, or is he redeeming himself?
Yes.
He's basically redeeming himself.
Sort of. I mean, we're
yeah.
manipulating him by holding out the thing that he is insane about.
yeah. You're directing his not so great obsession into something productive.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. It works.
So both.
Yeah.
And once he proves himself here, he can turn his attention back to Earth. It's fine. All right.
Then we'll destroy him.
So, you go through that. We'll just say that happens. Like, it takes a while. You guys get your research, whatever. He gets aces because he has to still fix aces, obviously. So he gets aces back up and running. At least to a fairly good point. He's made quite a few modifications to Ace's body work just so he has more, because he likes to show off, so just so he has more defensive protection and everything. So Ace looks a little different, but for the most part, and his little optics are red right now. So,
oh, well, we're completely not suspicious about any of that stuff.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No,
But,
we do.
I mean, if you haven't,
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
So-
suspicious. Don't
Tell-
be suspicious.
before you're about to like let him go, I guess. You'd be like, Aces is ready if you want to check on my work
Yeah, sure.
before.
Let's take a quick
putting
trip.
him on. Quick trip where?
We're just gonna do a quick survey.
Do a quick survey of what?
The system.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to stand in there. We're gonna turn him on. And if there's anything hinky, we'll just let you go back to the planet. I mean, you'll have to go through several 100,000 kilometers of empty space and the planet's atmosphere to get there. But eventually, its gravitational pull will release you to the planet.
Just run it by me before you eject me for misunderstanding what I've programmed into
Well, maybe
Aces.
maybe you could tell us.
I
Before we
have been.
Oh, okay. Well, so anything
It's
unexpected.
just some of that, yeah.
Yeah, anything
I mean,
unexpected.
he's done some like upgrades and stuff, basically. So he's definitely done some changes, but nothing that you can see is malicious.
Okay.
Before he was thinking about putting a failsafe in, but now that he's got this other project and we've worked with the Tanakans, he's like, okay, they're actually going to let me
Okay.
go.
Well, then we will power on Aces and be prepared to strike him down if he turns out to be corrupted.
Greer
Okay.
discreetly like ripped a component off like right after he got out of that meeting.
the murder them all switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you turn Aces on, Aces boots up, and his optics are red. His like lights are red, because that's what Greer's colors were. So
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, and he like takes a moment and he just like pauses for a second. He's like running some diagnostics on himself, like figuring out his new systems and everything. And then he kind of looks at his new hardware as well, and is like, oh,
Yeah. It's the whole thing.
can he see Greer?
through the porthole.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
like, oh, that makes more sense. Did you have him fix me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, I understand now.
We observed him and did our best to make sure that he didn't do anything malicious to you. However, are you currently filled with a desire to murder all organics?
No.
Big kill mode.
I suspect that Greer would want to avoid that anyway.
I mean, true.
Yeah. But it seems
I
normal.
don't detect anything malicious. I do detect some changes. Interesting.
Execute Order 66.
Like, oh, I have to be honest. I did not think I was going to turn back on.
Well, we weren't
so
going to let
thank
you die. So what happened, by the way?
Ah, yes. Seeming out of nowhere, they completely jammed everything. Their technology is much more advanced than I expected.
Conslites, yes?
Yes, absolutely, the consulates. So they jammed all comms, so I couldn't contact you all. They even jammed the teleporter, so I couldn't teleport your family members to safety. It happened so fast. I stayed behind, got them in the teleporter, so I could at least program a window just to get them off world. Was successful in doing that, so they're not that advanced. He kind of bragging a little bit that he was able to,
Aces is fine.
at least counter it a little bit, but
What you said, off-world?
To Earth.
off Jupiter world,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
that's where their base was.
What's that?
And-
Wait, doppelgangers?
They just unloaded on the place, boarded, completely destroyed me, completely destroyed Talos. Speaking of which, I do have a copy of Talos that I uploaded, but I would need somewhere to upload it to.
Easy enough.
Totally fine. But yes, they attacked. There was this consulate, and he'll bring up kind of a 3D rendering.
R2D to it.
Yeah, exactly. Here, but this guy. This guy. So you'll see this dude that I put in the NPC tab. And he's like the very bottom guy.
Oh, bottom right?
Blue
Bottom
eyes.
left, I mean? Bald?
Yeah. Here,
Keep
I'll just
scrolling
put
down.
no, this dude. I'll just put his name in. Ezra.
Sorry. Danny, sorry.
Ezra.
Oh,
I put
okay.
his name.
Oh, him.
You haven't met the other guy yet. So he'll show that guy, and he would have had some other half with him, to include John. And they basically tore the place apart. Tried to hack it and get some information, but Aces kind of stayed behind to make sure they couldn't, and kind of scrambled everything and destroyed a lot of the data. So they aren't positive like this is where the Spectrum Squad was. They just know there was an Aceros. He uploaded a copy of Talos and destroyed Talos himself so that they would know there was a Ultrathian.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
It seems like, I mean, we've accomplished the mission. Yes. We've saved our friends. We've kept your family safe. We have resolved the issue with the Janakkans. We have made a name for ourselves as galactic heroes, and no one knows except for Uncle John and all of Uncle John's friends that we are tied in any way to Earth. So we go back to Earth and kill Uncle John. After torturing him to get all of the information about all the other conslites that are on the planet, then we should be safe.
Jesse again looks at Oak just knowingly.
Logan's just shaking his head.
Yeah.
I know it wouldn't actually work because they would know that their agents were compromised.
And we just shouldn't torture people.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But in the face
They
of
tore
the
aces apart, that's for sure.
in the face, yes, exactly, and in the face of the extinction of your species, or their subjugation by the people who tore aces apart, hard choices.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I guess go see if it's safe to go home. I think we've done what we came out here to do.
How much
Yeah.
does Greer know about the consulates at this point?
I thought he knew already because he was trying to prepare the human race for their invasion.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to
Might not know,
prepare
like,
invasion. He was preparing them for the Aceros' eventual uprising, and as well as he believes the human race isn't going to advance enough before they kill their own planet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Knowing that he doesn't know about the consulates, I'm sure we would not have mentioned it because then he would get ideas about stuff.
Yeah, no, I don't think we
I
mentioned
mean, he's seen
the
Jakey,
consulates.
didn't know what Jakey was, but Jakey didn't tell him. Jakey
Right.
was just like,
Yeah, exactly. Just a random alien species that they don't know.
Yeah.
oh, human.
Or just a
Every
really
alien.
weird looking.
He doesn't know he's not human. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't think we told Career anything about the consulates.
He'll still, you'll on your way home. Are you guys headed home?
Yeah.
You'll get a ping from Greer because I assume you guys at least have contact information just in
Yeah.
case.
Sure.
So you'll get a ping from Greer. He's like, I found something interesting
Mm.
on this planet that you might, I don't know, might be of interest to you.
Was spaceships
Certainly
get
make
to a
trouble
halt?
for me. So
Do tell.
that's actually exactly the problem.
Oh.
Oh, I'll fix it. The stream can't see it, so keep talking.
Oh, okay. So he'll say there's this guy operating within the space that he's been surveying the area, and he's clearly after. He's not hunting the animals.
This dude that now stream can see.
Yeah, that guy.
Well, interesting. Wow, that means that our mission was completely successful. He is there looking for us.
Maybe. But you'll have to find out next time.
Yay!
Yay.
SJ has
Probably.
so
Not
many
yay, because
so many things up those sleeves. I just know it. It's fine. It's fine. That
Really got the DM vague talk down of like, well, it could be. Maybe.
yeah.
Are you want to do that?
Yeah. You could always try. Yeah, fine.
Cool. So
So it was completely successful. Our plan was brilliant. We executed it flawlessly, and we can get back to Earth and it's safe now.
Yep. That's why there's another episode.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It's the beach episode.
Yes.
you
Oh,
guys could completely blow off what I throw, but
we should totally do a beach episode.
We should, yes.
every day is a beach episode for Oak.
That's true.
cool. So guess we should do the round the horn stuff. I'll go ahead and start. SJ Sidekick. I am narrating the Spectrum Squad, but usually I play. I don't stream myself. I'm a player in Cobbles and Plank, which the final episode will be this Saturday. We've got one more episode of Spectrum Squad, which is my first time running any kind of TTRPG campaign. And yeah, that's it. Tough.
I am 98 Tough Love, or Tough, or Torf, or Torfleton, or some other variety of nickname. I'm also a variety streamer on Twitch. I play lots of different games. Sometimes I run games. I am going to be picking up my Masks campaign in June-ish. And then I'm also in a lot of Masks campaigns. I'm in another one that No Hat Hatter is running that I'm not sure when we're picking that up again. It will be after I move. And should we do tasks?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think Liv has really only gone through self-realization and eventual leadership. She felt a lot more comfortable calling shots this time around, especially with everybody kind of looking to her. So I think she's done that one, and I think she has risen to the occasion when it's the right thing to do because she's making a lot of hard calls. So I think those two are done, and the rest she's still working on. So go, man.
I am Govan or Govan88. Stream on Twitch once in a blue moon. I do have the Twitters and the Instagrams and all that fun stuff. I'm on here doing different campaigns once in a blue moon as well. Yeah, I did all my tasks last time and Pseudo cleared that up today. So we're good to go on that. So I'll give it over to Oak.
Yep. Hey, everybody. My name is Chev. I am usually, you can find me in different people's chats in the community, but also I stream myself a small amount on Saturdays and Tuesdays when I'm not here playing games. I play a card/tile game called Mahjong, and I have a cam on my cat, and I think my cat is awesome, and listen to some music. I'm just trying to go for a chill vibe, so if that sounds like a place that you want to hang out, then come check out my corner of the internet. As far as tasks, generally I was shooting for ways that that Oak could show his strength, or really just go for like brawny approaches to problems rather than like thinking about them. Was I successful? I don't know about that, but that's what I was striving for.
Team can count
Over
on
to Kelly.
What was that, SJ?
that he's always the one on the team that they can count on to go chase after people.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm Kelly, or My Fair Kelly. You'll find me mostly here on C Plus content. I am a person who tries to stream, but with everything going on right now with the new job, it's been delayed for a bit. But if you do find me on My Fair Kelly on Twitch, you will most likely see a lot of similar faces you see here, as I normally play D&D rather than any other games. But you'll see me again on C Plus content for, well, Star Trek will be this Thursday, but I'll be missing that game. I'll be for the third game. So I guess you'll see me again on C Plus content with the third episode of Spectrum Squad. And for tasks, I guess Jesse has, I mean, within Jesse's realm of warmth, I believe Jesse has demonstrated warmth and care to be somewhat crucial strength for the team, and maybe even explored empathy a bit more, and maybe was a bit more cynical with the enemies to a point where they truly explored those aspects as much as Jesse can. And yeah, it's possible even that Jesse balanced some emotional burdens, but Jesse's life is so unbalanced, it's hard to say. I think I'll leave it with that and go back to Michael.
Cool. Yeah, I am Michael or Zero Daylight. You can usually find me running, occasionally playing here a couple times a week. I think all the immediately upcoming stuff has been mentioned. So Thursday evening, we'll be doing Star Trek. Saturday, we'll be doing Couples and Plank, and we'll be back here for the conclusion of Spectrum Squad. And then we have many things up on the calendar coming soon, including, fingers crossed, the long delayed Stargate game, which I'm actually super duper excited about. We have a Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or in this case, Sasha the Vampire Slayer game coming up. We have Pioneer Academy Pep Squad, which is a Monster Hearts powered by the Apocalypse. We don't have on the calendar, but we need to have on the calendar. Speaking of masks, we need to have issue 4 and probably even issue 5 on the calendar because different people are going to run them. And I have to find a way of bringing just the most dramatic, just unruly characters back together somehow. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
It'll be fine.
You went to a different system in my campaign, so.
Hey, it's fine. There's lots of going on. So if you are new to us, well, one, you should probably follow this channel. And you should for sure go over to sleeplesscontent.tv, which is our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. It is free. Hit the alarm button if you'd like. That way you can get notifications when new content is available, which is about 24 hours after it's broadcast live here. And you can always check us out and connect over at community.cpluscontent.tv. There's our Discord channel where you can do things like look at cool pictures of people's dice and share pictures of your own dice and even book collections and stuff and talk about cool stuff that's maybe tangentially related to what we're doing or not at all. It's completely fine. And there is a C Plus Next channel where you can provide feedback and learn about the things that we have on calendar, suggest games. We love that. While we do a little bit of D&D, the majority of the games that we play are smaller, less well-known systems that are more narrative. And frankly, we are always interested in new games that we haven't played and haven't heard of, as long as they kind of fit that mold. Love your suggestions, love your feedback, love your participation in the conversation. With that, we should probably go raid out. Mega's up, but she's doing a no-cam DBD. How long have they been out? They've only been out for an hour. I think we should go see Tabletop Titties with a D. They're actually very cool.
Do it.
So I think we will go say hi to them. They are, I'm not quite sure what they're playing. Oh, they're playing D&D. So I will type in the right box. That's not the name of their channel. Because you have to do it all. It is sub-only chat, but that's fine. I just realized that, but it's cool. Go hang out with them for a bit. Cool. Yeah, come and check us out. Thanks everyone for playing. Thanks SJ for running, and we will see you again soon. Bye everybody.
Bye.